it's such a pleasure to be back on everybody's favorite breakfast, the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Kojo Youngson. I'm the morning man. And leave no be pension. Yeah, after some well-earned rest. Nice to be back together.
Did you ever wish?
And we still have big and important things to talk about. Look, Yakichiru, as a nation, right? You think about it. You go to some parts of the world and, in classrooms, they are talking about their fathers and grandfathers who went to the moon. Flew off the planet and went to the moon. Their grandfathers who. Today they are coming up with innovations, machines that think like humans. Robotics. They are curing incurable diseases. But here in Ghana, we still haven't figured out how to provide water for farming. Water for farming. I may want them cramping. We are still grappling with last century's problems. Today we bring you a hotline documentary that just beggars belief. Thirsty Dams. Thirsty Dams. I think the title tells the whole story. Government came with big pomp and pageantry, with loud noise and promise that every village in this country was going to have a dam. So we could finally farm all year round. Today we'll take you to 3 districts in the northern part of this country and invite you to weep with us. Because all the pomp and pageantry, all the noise, we are still failing to solve last century's problems. Thirsty Dams, don't miss it. Today on the Super Morning Show. Now, have I ever told you about my older sister, Jenny? Jenny is 11 years older than me, and I've always looked up to her. She's the great achiever of our family. She's intelligent, she's well-mannered, she's got these wonderful children, the best behaved kids you've ever met. In every sense of the word, our Ojeni is a success. And as we all know, there's always a secret behind every success. Today I want you to know the secret behind my sister's success. Now, for most of us, our sense of limitation is set at a very early age. We're all told what we can and can't do by our parents. The clothes we can wear, the friends we can bring home, the programs we can watch on TV, all these decisions are made for us from an early age, and they tend to build in us an understanding of what people expect of us. Without planning to, we grow up conforming to those expectations. Are you surprised which of your classmates have turned out to be successful and which ones haven't? You could probably have predicted the future of most of them way back in primary school. We are born without an agenda, without a life plan or a trajectory. It's often what people expect us to be that we become. But not Jenny. My sister defies expectation. All her life, people have told her what she can't do, the schools she can't get into, the courses she can't read, the jobs she can't get, the things she can't afford. But whatever you tell Jenny she can't do, that is exactly what she will do. They told her she couldn't do well in class, so she aced her exams. They told her she couldn't get into a good school, so she went to Wesley Girls. They told her she couldn't afford to travel abroad, so she worked and bought her own ticket. They told her she couldn't work and study while raising a family, so she went and got 2 master's degrees. Every time you doubt her capabilities, it flips a switch in her brain, and that switch will not go off until she has comprehensively defied your expectation and proved you wrong. Now, not all of us are like this. In fact, many of us internalize criticism. We find it hard to accept praise, but we believe every negative thing said about us. I still get self-conscious when I have to sing, even in church, because somebody once laughed at me when I hummed a tune. It's just the way many of us are. I used to be like that anyway, until I decided to take a leaf out of my sister's book. The secret of Ojeni's success is that she has somehow evolved a different reaction to criticism. Unlike some of us, criticism has very little effect on Jenny's self-belief because people's expectations of her will never be as big as her own expectations of herself, and that is the secret of her success. Let me tell you a quick story. In an ancient Shaolin temple, a novice monk was thinking about quitting. He was tired of his fellow monks laughing at his kung fu skills. Every time he made a mistake, they would take great pride in pointing it out and reminding him that he was not good enough. So he packed his bag and went in search of his master to bid him farewell. When he got to the master's chamber, there was a cup of water and 2 small bags of salt on the table. The old man emptied 1 bag of salt into the cup of water and asked the novice to drink it. The boy took 1 sip and spat it out. The old man smiled, stroked his beard, and said, "How does it taste?" The boy wiped his mouth and replied, "Very bitter, Shifu." The master then took the boy down to the edge of the lake. He emptied the 2nd bag of salt into the lake and asked the boy to drink from the lake. "How does that taste?" he queried the 2nd time. "It tastes fine, Shifu," was the boy's response. The master patted him on the shoulder and said, "When people doubt you, it is like pouring salt into water. How it affects you depends on whether you are a cup or a lake." My dear friend, if we define our capabilities based on other people's expectations, then we will never be bigger than cups. But if we set our own expectations higher than the world sets for us, then we will always prove our critics wrong. So, what's it going to be, cup or lake? It's all up to you. My name is Kojo Yankson, and I promise always to be better than you think I am. Good morning, Ganafo.
Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we're live on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Jubilee and Sun City Radios, Keta, Saboba FM Saboba, and A1 Radio Bolgatanga. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, the governing New Patriotic Party condemns content of a leaked tape plotting the removal of the IGP.
It's something that as a party we condemn it. But at the end of the day, you also ask yourself, how did all these things happen? And what was the intention of the person who went to also record it and also leaked it out?
Also, Deputy Defense Minister raids government's key anti-terrorism awareness campaign, See Something, Say Something initiative, 6.5 out of 10, as he says there's more room for improvement.
I think that on a scale of 10, I would give it 6.5. But I think that, yes, there is room for more improvement and we need to do more.
In business, the World Bank warns Ghana of the risk of financial challenges and loss of foreign direct investment inflows if the current power challenges are not addressed. And later in the bulletin, we'll take you to the Upper East region, where residents of Ayopia are pleading with the government to reconstruct their dam because what they have does not retain water for the dry season.
There's no water. After Christmas, the dam dries up completely.
I am Amesi Nyamche Thompson. Stay for details. The General Secretary of the governing NPP, Justin Kodia, says the party condemns the content of a leaked tape which captured an unnamed senior police officer and some purported bigwigs of the NPP plotting the removal of the IGP, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare. According to Mr. Kodia, it will be unfortunate for anyone to link the NPP to the tape because the claims are unsubstantiated.
It's rather unfortunate that they will make such an unsubstantiated allegation against the New Patriotic Party.
So what's your official stance as a party on this tape?
Well, unfortunately, it's something that as a party we condemn it. But at the end of the day, you also ask yourself, how did all these things happen? Was it a stage thing? Was it a setup? Who went there to record it? And what was the intention of the person who went to also record it and also leaked it out? You should also ask that question.
So is there a possibility that the party will also conduct its independent investigation to know which party member was involved in that alleged tape?
Well, I don't know which party person you are talking about. And at the end of the day, it does not lie in the purview of the party. How can the party come here and conduct investigation into it? In what capacity?
Meanwhile, the national chairman of the NPP, Stephen Ntim, says the party does not support the activities of gays. Speaking at the Thanksgiving service to commemorate a year in office by the current executives of the party, he said he took a categorical stance on the matter.
Why would I, Stephen Ntim? Why would our General Secretary, Justin Frimpong Kudia? Why would this able national organizer and all the men here, and also the women here, stoop so low and opt for LGBTQ? I want to state emphatically, without any fear of equivocation, explicitly, in no uncertain terms, without any bells and whistles, that the new patriotic party that I chair will never support LGBTQ.
National chairman of the NPP, Stephen Ntim. The sound you're hearing in the background, I beg your pardon, forgive me. Deputy Defense Minister Kofi Amankwa-Manu has rated the initiative 6.5 out of 10, speaking on the probe with MFR Power. He said, although many, including school children, are aware of the campaign, there is more room for improvement. A report commissioned by the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, raised concerns about the effectiveness of the initiative to get public support to fight threats. The report revealed communities most at risk in the northern part of the country remain unaware of the crusade.
I think that on a scale of 10, I would give it 6.5. I was surprised when I went to my constituents one day, had a chat with some people, students, and they said that the national security rep, in Ashanti region was actually going around schools, educating people on the see something, say something. And so for me, it was very positive. And so even school children were really, talking about it, say something, see something. Yes. So by and large, but I think that, yes, there is room for more improvement and we need to do more.
Deputy Defense Minister Mr. Amankwa-Manu on the See Something, Say Something campaign. He has also dismissed claims government is engaged in a targeted and forced repatriation of Fulanis and Boknabegi refugees.
We are not targeting anybody. We are not targeting anybody. We have Fulanis who are Ghanaians. We've lived with Fulanis in Ghana, only God knows how long. And so for me, it would be absurd if we now go out there to target them.
Following claims by the University for Development Studies branch of the University Teachers Association of Ghana that the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission is subtly implementing the Public Universities Bill through its renunciation of office-holding positions in public universities, the Deputy Director General of GTEC, Professor Ahmed Jinapor, has denied it. He said the public universities, including the UDS, were in the know every step of the way as far as the actions of GTEC were concerned. Before we hear from him, here's General Secretary of the UDS chapter of UTAG, Dr. Eliasu Mumani, serving a strike notice if their concerns are not addressed.
GTEC took that unilateral decision, and especially that you were to take off certain allowances that as unions we've negotiated with government over the period. Taking it off without that due consultation, in our view, is not appropriate. Our demands are simple. Government, and for that matter, GTEC, should stay put with this particular directive to all universities.
We can now listen to Deputy Director General of GTEC, Professor Ahmed Jinapor, dismissing the claims while assuring that there are already moves to resolve the issue.
For us as a commission, we are very committed to ensuring that tertiary education delivery is enhanced. And I can assure him and the general public of UDS that there's not going to be a strike. I've had conversation with him beyond they writing this petition and threatening to go on strike. I'm supposed to be at UDS on Thursday, which is 20th of July.
Now, residents of Ayopia and the Bongo district in the Upper East region, where President Akufo-Addo first cut salt for the One Village, One Dam project to commence, say the dam dries up shortly after Christmas. They still value the project and are requesting the government to bring contractors back to the site to do a better job. Earth dams built to aid dry season farming are incapable of retaining enough water and dry about January each year. Jojo Kobler brings you excerpts of Joine's Hotline documentary, Thirsty Dams.
With despair in her eyes, Atenga Arungo stares at the dry, shallow dam and contemplates how it would have made her life simple. She counted her eggs long before they hatched. She thought access to water would ensure a boom in her farming business. Her joy has been cut short, and she wants government, as a matter of urgency, to find a solution to the thirsty dry dam.
When the
president came, he said he will construct a dam for us. We were excited. He said the water will help us cultivate vegetables during the dry season. Unfortunately, we are unable to farm during the dry season because the dam dries up. There's no water. After Christmas, the dam dries up completely.
Thirsty Dams airs today on the Super Morning Show at 8 o'clock and also at 8:30 p.m. on the Joy News channel. Now, Joy News journalist Erastus Asaridonko has been awarded the Environmental Sustainability Personality of the Year by the Department of Planning at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. The honor is in appreciation of his consistent dedication and commitment to protecting Ghana's natural environment. Clinton Yeboah has more.
Students and faculty members gathered to witness the celebration of Erastus Asaridonko at a symposium by the Department of Planning of the KNUST's College of Arts and Built Environment. Erastus's investigative report, Destruction for Gold, has been described as insightful in uncovering the environmental havoc of the prevailing illegal mining activities in the country. According to Professor Clifford Amuako, the head of Department of Planning, Erastus deserves to be applauded for his bravery.
We think that he has done so well, sometimes tackling issues that are very dangerous, politically very volatile, but reporting bravely.
Erastus expressed gratitude for the recognition and admonished corporate entities to join in the battle to fight the growing canker.
It's really an honor. I must say that our very existence, our resources, that we should be planning and managing sustainably so that the nation can benefit.
And that's not the end of the good news this morning. Also, Joy News journalist Manuel Corentin has been nominated for the Emmy Africa Awards Discovery of the Year in the same category as football star Mohamed Kudus. Congrats to Manuel and Erastus Asaridonko. And that's it for the bulletin. In our top story, governing New Patriotic Party condemns content of a leaked tape plotting the removal of the IGP. I am Mami Sinyamche Thompson. Thanks for listening. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Bobo, so how your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other guy. Quartz with oil can be better than Quartz. No other guy. Quartz with 8 age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies DA improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Hey, Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Okay. If I leave work now, I can beat traffic, get takeaways for dinner with the girls, and be on time to pick up Sam and his mom from the hospital. Proud to belong to ABSA.
We know that life is go, 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 and that it's hard to make time for the things that really count. That's why with ABSA's digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so you can focus on what or who is important to you. Get things done simply with our digital channels. That's Africanacity, that's ABSA.
Life's battle during retirement are not won by the strongest. Sooner or later, those who win are those who prepared for it. Ensuring your future is your responsibility to your family and loved ones. Progress Trustees, a company that guarantees a cheerful life of retirement for both formal and informal sector workers. The Progress Occupational Pension Scheme, the Progress Provident Fund Scheme, and the Progress Personal Pension Scheme helps you achieve peace of mind during retirement. We also provide administration services for employer-sponsored schemes, including staff welfare schemes seeking to outsource their day-to-day administration of their second-tier occupational pension and third-tier provident fund scheme. Start your journey to envisage quality life during retirement by contacting us on 0504-368-048 on our website www.progresstrusteesgh.com. Progress Trustees, a joyous retirement begins here.
Home is where your heart is, so comfort is key. Find beds, bed sheets, sofas, cushions, fluffy rugs, and anything else you need to get cozy so it feels like home. Visit the Orca Deco Superstore on Spinkters Road today.
Charlie, that be the sound you hear when things make hot. I'm sure this is not battery, just cash flow. Laja no day. It is safe to say we are all facing challenging times. We are all wondering how we are going to lighten our financial burdens. Nowhere cool. But don't worry, with a little help from your trusted bank, Societe Generale Ghana, be biara may fine. Societe Generale Ghana is making all its customers happy with the Yatiso Loans promo. In fact, SG Ghana customers and even non-customers who are on the controller and accountant general payroll can enjoy access to our amazing discounted loans. Don't waste time. Get your loan today. Step into a branch or call 0302-214-314 to get the ball rolling. Terms and conditions apply. Remember, promotion ends on 7th August 2023. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Don't you worry. Just be happy. Don't you worry.
Pay attention, all my Africans and African Americans in the diaspora, plus my white brothers and sisters. What if I told y'all the most trusted real estate company in Ghana, Sukasa, would like to take y'all on a nationwide tour, highlighting prime real estate and investment opportunities. Sukasa builds affordable luxury homes with 2, 3, 4 bedrooms. Come get the real value for your money, plus they have very convenient payment policies with 100% guaranteed cash back. This fully gated or Grandson communities include malls, cinemas, and all social amenities, plus 24-hour security. All you gotta do is sign up for the tour for a measly couple $1,000 and come see what could be yours in real life. The African dream is alive. Contact Sukasa on 030-296-0865 or 055-369-7886 at Sukasa GH on all social media platforms. Email info@sukasa.com.gh. The Sukasa experience is also bringing on board a bunch of other property developers, which means patrons get a variety of options to buy from. This is powered by Government of Ghana, Beyond and Return Secretariat, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Works and Housing, Diaspora Affairs, the Office of the President, British High Commission, and the UK Chamber of Commerce. Media partners, Joy FM, City FM, Peace FM, Business and Financial Times, Graphic Online, and many more. Sukasa, building on trust.
Come with me.
Have you forgiven me yet, Mamisi?
No.
Oh. What? Oh. So what do I need to do?
We'll talk about that later. I can't say that on air so that you get people sympathizing with you.
But what's wrong with sympathy? Hey, Charlie. Hey.
I want you to pay for it yourself.
Oh, my God. All right. Next time, I promise, when I'm going, I will make sure that I tell you, I send you an email, perhaps even a small, parting gift so that I don't get into this kind of trouble.
What do you mean by parting gift?
Oh, I mean, it could be anything. Some small achomo.
Do I look like achomo? My teeth is not hard enough for achomo.
Don't underestimate your teeth. But it's nice to see you again, Mamisi.
Yeah. It's great to have you back.
Thank you. I've been listening to you every morning. Our listeners, they are enjoying you.
Why?
Hey, Yeah, news is nice, but yeah. But anyway, I know you caught Newsfile over the weekend, didn't you? Yeah, they had some very interesting conversations about the leaked tape.
Oh
and,
yeah, the IGP's take it.
and all of that business. We'll be talking about it a bit later.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna, play you some excerpts, but you wait. When we're doing the news review, I'll play a few excerpts for you. But I know you've got lots of news for us from the world of business.
From the world of business.
Yes. First, let's be grateful. First of all, to Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you, as well as Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. They are the ones who brought us the 6 a.m. bulletin. Now, a poorly maintained car engine can age faster. That's why Total offers specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough innovation that ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressure. Choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer. Now let's buckle up for the Joy Business Report, brought to you by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Time for the Joy Business Report coming up. World Bank warns Ghana of the risk of financial challenges and loss of foreign direct investment inflows if it does not implement an urgent action plan to address the current energy challenges. Also, Fitch Solutions reaffirms position that economic activities in Ghana will get worse before getting better this year, despite the economy growing appreciably in Q1. And government kickstarts process to restructure local dollar bonds and cocoa bills, insisting it needs to drastically reduce Ghana's debt and unlock additional funding from the IMF. I'm Amesi Nyamiche Thompson. Let's dig in now. Now, the World Bank has warned Ghana that it risks facing financial challenges and losing its foreign direct investment inflows to other countries if it does not implement a critical action plan to address its current energy challenges. According to its Managing Director of Operations, Anna Biadi, the issues confronting metering, billing and revenue collection within the sector should be proactively done without interruption. Addressing the media at a press conference, she said her outfit will provide technical support to the government and other stakeholders to save the sector from going down.
And then the third area is the energy sector in and of itself. There's been, over the last few years, a deterioration in the performance of the energy sector, particularly in the financial performance. And here we're trying to help with metering, billing, and collections so that the revenue collected from the sector can go to where it needs to be, covering costs so that the energy supply is not interrupted. So that's a very big part of our dialogue right now. And it actually is linked to us also providing support to the budget, because we very much would like to support the government's actions to improve the energy sector as part of our budget support initiative with the authority. And checks we have coming down in the pipeline.
You heard thoughts of Anna Biadi, Managing Director of Operations at the World Bank. Fitch Solutions has reaffirmed its position that economic activities in Ghana will get worse before getting better this year. This is coming despite the expansion of the economy by 4.2% year-on-year in the last quarter of this year. According to the UK-based firm, the relatively appreciable growth rate in the first 3 months was primarily driven by strong government consumption as tax revenues shot up significantly. Fitch Solutions has projected that the country's budget deficit will narrow substantially to 5.7% in relation to the size of the economy in 2023 from an estimated 8.3% in 2022. Here's Mike Kroninga, Senior Country Analyst for Sub-Saharan Africa, speaking on the media review of Sub-Saharan Africa.
This acceleration in the first quarter of 2023 was primarily driven by strong government consumption and a widening trade surplus as exports remained pretty solid while imports faltered. That said, household consumption essentially recorded no growth at all, and fixed investment recorded a pretty significant contraction, implying that domestic conditions remain weak and that growth will likely soften in the quarters ahead. We project real GDP growth to average 3% this year, remaining well below Ghana's pre-pandemic average of 5.3%, which is indicated by the pink line here. So naturally, the next question is, why is this the case? So why will Ghana's economy operate below capacity in 2023? And one of the key reasons here is weaker access to credit.
Mike Kroeninger is Senior Country Analyst for Sub-Saharan Africa at Fitch Solutions. To some other news, government has finally kick-started the process to restructure local dollar bonds and cocoa bills totaling almost 18.20 billion cedis. This was after it officially launched what is being described as the second round of domestic debt exchange program. George Riafe has the rest of the story.
For the local dollar bonds, which is directly being led by the Finance Ministry in terms of the offer, government is seeking to restructure $809 million worth of bonds. Investors that are holding these papers have from last Friday to July 28, 2023 to take a decision whether they want to participate in the offer. However, the Ministry of Finance have already secured the necessary commitment from commercial banks and some institutional investors that hold majority of these papers. But one is still not sure whether the offer could be successful come next Friday. The Ministry of Finance is hoping that the new dollar bonds will mature on 2 separate years. 50% of the payment to be done in 2027 and the rest in 2028. The cocoa bill, which government is seeking to restructure almost 8 billion Ghana cedis, is led by CalBank in terms of handling the whole process. The offer will close by July 31. Holders of these papers that decide to participate in the offer will have each bond exchanged for 5 new papers with an aggregate principal amount rounded up to 1 Ghana cedi.
George Riafe there. Now, a former board member of credit rating agency Moody's, Darrell Duffy, has cast doubts about the African Union establishing a rating agency. In March 2019, the AU Ministers of Finance and Economy officially adopted a declaration that such an institution was needed. In recent times, President Akufo-Addo has also attacked some rating agencies over their continuous downgrade of Ghana and other African economies. The African continent is said to be losing $75 billion each year due to credit rating biases. Now, however, reacting to the claims, the renowned professor of finance, Darrell Duffy, who serves as a senior fellow at the Hoover Institute, said he disagrees there's systemic bias by rating agencies. He's been speaking to Joy News' Blessed Sugar at a roundtable discussion at Stanford University in San Francisco.
Now, as long as you have sufficient dollars with which to make the payments, it's the easiest and usually the most stable currency in which to make international payments.
And very finally, ratings agencies are being criticized by the United Nations Development Programme of skewing their reports against African or emerging economies. Do you share that concern as well?
I don't share that concern, although I must say that I was on the board of directors of Moody's Corporation for 10 years.
That was cited in the report.
And, that might suggest that I have a bias, but in fact, it also informs me that they don't do that sort of thing.
That's Darrell Duffy, a former board member of credit rating agencies Moody, in an interview with my colleague Blessed Soga. A banking and finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Benjamin Amwa, is downplaying the possible exit of Standard Chartered Bank from Ghana. This was after Standard Chartered UK announced that it had reached a deal with Access Bank Nigeria to sell its interest in 5 African countries. There are fears that Ghana could be next as part of the group company's plans to restructure its business in Africa. But Dr. Moy says the evidence on the ground does not support these reports.
It is 7 markets that Standard Chartered is exiting, of which we have seen 5 from Africa. In the same release, Middle East was also mentioned. We have not yet heard of the exit from Middle East. So for now, until we hear any other information from Standard Chartered London, one would say that Ghana is a safe place to do business as far as Standard Chartered is concerned. Again, on the issue of the business restructuring, the model that Standard Chartered is using, if you have observed Standard Chartered over time, realize that Standard Chartered has pursued more of the differentiated banking strategy, where they do much of their business in the area of wealth management and asset management. And so far, that business model has been really, really successful.
The General Agricultural Workers Union, GAU, is warning that the negative impact of illegal mining will soon reflect in low food production in the hinterlands. According to GAU, it has received disturbing news on the devastating effect of illegal mining in regions that used to produce large quantities of food for the country. Speaking to Joy Business, the secretary of GAU, Edward Karewe, said the situation could threaten Ghana's food security.
And if you see the way we are not managing our land well, for instance, you see the effect of galamsey everywhere. Look, the immediate subsector that will be seriously affected will be vegetable subsector. And even you can see that tree crops are not spared. You know, rubber is not spared, palm oil trees are not spared, cocoa trees are not spared. How much more these delicate areas of agricultural production? So it's not unusual, but it's only a wake-up call for us to do a deeper assessment of the challenges within the agricultural sector.
General Secretary of GAU, Edward Karewe there. Promasido Ghana has announced the introduction of its all-new Cowbell Premium and Cowbell Vitarich to the beverage market, according to its managing director, Festus Tete. This is to meet the evolving consumer needs in the dairy category and offer nutritive value to the public. He spoke to Joy Business at the outdoor of the new products in Accra.
Well, today's event is purely a renovation of our flagship brand, Cowbell, to address consumer need in our current context of our economic situation, where we need to ensure that for the mass consumers that we have catered for all those 24 years, we give them offerings that will meet their current economic circumstances. That's the key essence of today, that our brand Cowbell is responsive to consumer needs and consumer sensitivities in times like this.
And that was Festus Tete, Managing Director of Promasido Ghana. Coming up shortly now, shares, we'll be bringing you details on the stock market preview, and then we'll be giving you updates on that. Shares of Standard Chartered Bank and FunMilk are expected to see price gains this week. Let's now take a look at how your stocks will trade this week. Here is Grace Monayom of Databank Research.
Last week, the stock market registered 5 price movers of 2 gainers and 3 laggards. Total Energies and Societe Generale were the 2 gainers, closing the week with 58% and 6% gains, respectively. In contrast, Access Bank emerged as the worst laggard, dropping 25% to end the week at 3 cedis 35 pesos. Additionally, MTN Ghana and SIC Insurance both lost 9% and 2 pesos, respectively. As a result, the Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index decreased 3.51% weekly, reducing its year-to-date gains to 17.12%, while the Data Bank Stock Index declined 2.28% weekly, reaching a year-to-date level of 112.74 points. This week, we expect FunMilk and Standard Chartered Bank to see price gains due to increased demand for their shares. For Joy Business reports, Grace Monanion of Data Bank Research.
Now, the CD began this morning going for 11 cedis, 73 pesos to the dollar on the Forex or retail market. It is selling at 15 cedis, 20 pesos to the pound, and trading at 12 cedis, 80 pesos to the euro. Also, crude oil dropped marginally to open trading at $79 a barrel. Gold is selling at $1,955 an ounce. Cocoa went up by $85 and is trading at $3,352 a ton. And news coming in: crude oil production from the Jubilee field finally surpasses over 100,000 barrels per day. According to oil exploration firm Tullow, this was after a second Jubilee oil production well was brought on stream. There'll be more in subsequent bulletins, and that's how we end the Joy Business Report. I'm Amisi Yamiche Thompson.
Yes, she is. Amisi, do you like Joe Metal?
I do.
Oh, good.
I do.
Then let me start tearing my cow small by giving you a nice inspirational song.
If I'm angry like 10, my anger has come down like 9.9%.
Oh,
or 9.9 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, high maintenance, Papa. Yeah,
of course. If it comes to you, dear.
BC returns with more news tomorrow on the Super Morning Show. Form 5, my white and khaki, going for prep, looking very neat. Yeah, Charlie, it's good to see you. And
welcome back.
Thank you. Lots going on, People have, you've had a lot of news while I've been away. Leaked tapes and all kinds of business, We'll be getting into all of that in a moment. First, though, let's start off with our Drive Safe campaign, brought to us by Joy News and Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Superior Quality. Listen, avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on. That's how to drive safe. Let me tell you how to say it right. It's brought to you by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, as well as Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
It's good to be back on the biggest, most influential breakfast show in West Africa. And it's great to get back to work pursuing the big issues that matter to you. Because that's what we do. On the Super Morning Show, we go after the big fish, not the small fry. I know you heard me say small fry, didn't you? That's the correct expression, not small flies. Small fry literally means small fish. But as an expression, it is used to describe trivial or insignificant people or things. The expression has Anglo-Latin origins, and the English surname Fry actually means small person. Back in the 15th century, it was used as a term of endearment by parents for their children. But in the 19th century, it was revived by the Americans and used to refer to helpless people with no clout or influence. So the expression is small fry and not small flies. Also, no matter how many insignificant people you are referring to, it is always small fry, singular, not fries. For those, you'll have to go for some fast food. It's Monday, we've got a bunch of papers to get through. On the news review brought to us by First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different, and Syntex Tank. A year strong, a year tough. But before that, news file was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, the issue about the tape, the plot to remove the IGP, the alleged plot.
Yes.
And then the reaction. I heard the MPP say that from the MPP National Communication Officer, that the position taken by the NDC suggests that they've been involved in such a plot in the past.
Imagine.
They should be able to tell the MPP how it was done.
Goodness. You know, sometimes these politicians, they think they are talking to each other and not to us, right? Anyway, let's get a quick wrap of some of the stuff that was said on Newsfile.
Even before the election starts, you have a situation where one party has unfair advantage over the other. And I heard Dan Botwe say in the insert that you played that an IGP cannot influence the way that elections are conducted. I beg to differ, and I'm surprised that he, as experienced as he is in the political terrain, he will say this. Perhaps he was only trying to, as it were, defend the MPP line. But the point is that if he is the man in charge of security, I mean the IGP, what he does or does not do in the run-up to or during the election is consequential. What happened at Ayo West Wagon? If we had a police service that was determined to ensure that it did not happen, it would not have happened. Because there's no way anybody can tell me that the ragtag team of bandits that came there posing as security operatives, who clearly were armed by the MPP, could have taken on the entire might of the Ghana Police Service if they were intended to stop them from doing so. If you have a determined IGP who wants to enforce the law, as was the case in Asin North, it will happen. Indeed, I'm sure you heard about a few reports of misconduct on the part of some tax. But the policing arrangements were such that they were able to snuff out any danger.
There is no evidence whatsoever that a police IGP can singularly determine an electoral outcome for any political party for that matter. So we in the MPP, we don't have any evidence of that. We don't know how to do it, but somehow they know how to do it. They must tell Ghanaians how to use an IGP to influence election in their favor. So we all know how not to do it. So the thing about this tape, something is that it's concerning. That was why I raised the concern that if they know how to use an IGP to rig an election, they should show us, because we don't know.
Anybody who says that security is not fundamental to election integrity is not being, honest with the truth. Anybody who knows about election knows that if people are not confident that they will be secure going to cast their vote, half of the electorate will not go to vote. Let us not take for granted that the last few or one or two by-elections we've had almost, no instance of, insecurity like we had in the Ayawaso situation, that kind of thing. And that had a lot to do with the Ghana police.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting what you were saying, that the NDC communications director asking if the NDC knows how to use an
IGP or the
IGP
police to influence elections.
Anyway.
No, but the point is that, I mean, the police administration is made up of human beings, not angels.
Yeah.
And they have their own political affiliations. The two parties, the MPP and the EC, none of them can convince me that if not, they don't have people on the inside to help them in terms of how they prepare for elections and intelligence and everything.
Yeah.
The police administration at the top level, I am absolutely certain that they are aligned.
So
it may not be publicly. They may be professionals, but they have their own political affiliation. And at some point, you have the political party try to get them to tell them what is going on. All of them have benefited one way or the other.
So are they saying that, for example, an arrest cannot influence the outcome of an election?
Absolutely. I mean, you have the police providing security, even though we've been told that elections are won at the polling center. But who manages security at the polling center?
Absolutely. Good question. The debate in Parliament was also interesting on the same topic. I heard the Interior Minister, Ambrose Derry, suggesting, well, the IGP is not going anywhere, so there's nothing to investigate. Do you find it amusing when people in government expect you to take their word for it? When there is a way of ensuring something or there's a way of verifying something beyond doubt, but they say, no, let's not verify. Just take our word for it. Well, investigate the thing. Find out if indeed these individuals who, were speaking on this tape, are a threat or a risk in any way to our democratic process. Find out. I mean, verify. They say, no. Don't verify. Just take our word for it.
Well, we'll wait. The speaker has constituted a group to look into this matter. So obviously, their report will tell us the people who are involved in this alleged plot, the person who recorded it, under what circumstances did he record the conversation, what is the motive behind the recording, and all of this.
Indeed. All right, what's in the papers?
All right, before I go, let me commiserate with a very good friend of mine, Kwesi Amwako of Kasapreko. He lost his father, a retired high court judge, almost 2 months ago, about a month and a half, and then last week he lost the mother as well. So double trouble for him. Yes. So Kwesi Amwako, if you are listening, Kasapreko, we want to say, be strong. Wow. The Lord is in control.
Wow.
Father and mother within a month and a half.
Oh, our thoughts are with you. This is a very horrible time for the family. So oh dear.
But let's get into what the people are talking about this one. The nation needs emergency energy plan. That's according to the World Bank. And it's very crucial because you know that some few weeks ago we were at a crossroad because the IPPs had threatened to shut down their plans because government owed them around $1.7 billion. The matter is not fully resolved yet, so this matter is still hanging, and we need to deal with it. Now, the World Bank has advised the government to implement an urgent emergency energy action plan to address challenges in the country's energy sector. The World Bank Managing Director in charge of operations, Anne Bergy, who made a call, said the country's problems in the energy sector were very serious and could get worse with debilitating effects on economic growth if not addressed. Once the problems are at the level that Ghana has, if not addressed and arrested with an emergency action plan, things, according to them, will get worse. And this will cost the state more to keep the energy sector running at a time money is needed to, do other things. And I think that the message is very clear. I mean, without energy, how do you attract investors into the country? And how do you keep your economy running? And we're at a crossroad. I mean, last time the last time we hosted the ECG managing director, apart from the fact that we are having challenges with the IPP, he also made a point that 2023, 2024 and 2025, most of these IPPs agreement would have come to an end. There's therefore the need for government to either renew it or bring in new plans. Otherwise, you're going to have a shortfall. So we have dooms already looming, and we have people we are yet to pay. The effects, clearly something that we need to deal with.
Yeah, the upsetting part of it all is the clear evidence that we don't learn from our mistakes.
Absolutely.
We don't. I mean, look, what is it going to take for us as a nation to actually start planning? What is it going to take? Is it that we don't know these things? You've heard the ECG boss, who is a major player in the energy sector, talking about our needs for power in the next 2-3 years. We know by what percentage our consumption increases as a nation every year. We know. Mm-hmm. So we know how much power we will need 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What planning are we doing? What planning are we doing?
And if we are yet to start the planning, then we are very late.
Then it's too late. So in essence, we need to face that very real possibility that there is some doomsday in our future.
Right.
Now, the worst part of it is that for political reasons, any such thing will be delayed as much as possible by a government that does not want to be tarred with the same brush as the previous government. So what they will do is they will throw all resources at short-term solutions. So they will create an endless pit and throw money in it just to keep the lights on. And that will end up affecting all other sectors of our lives. Before eventually they will have to give up, because it's an endless pit. So eventually they will have to give up and the lights will go off anyway.
And if you want to understand this better, I remember last week or last 2 weeks when we had challenges with gas supply from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Very, very, in terms of the gas contribution to our energy mix is very small. Yet we had to endure a bit of doomsday.
Yes.
Now look at this huge, about 45% of their contribution to the mix. And if they are out, the impact of this on our economy.
Yeah, joking.
Right. So on the graphic, House to discuss buffer stock challenges. Remember that Parliament will this week focus on the challenges confronting the National Buffer Stock Company Limited in a bid to provide a possible solution. The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Babem, last week directed the Business Committee to program ministers responsible for finance, education, food and agriculture to apprise the House of the supposed challenges. And some of them have been on strike for some time now, and there's a need to deal with it. MPP opposes LGBTQ+. The assurance is coming from the national chairman of the MPP, Stephen Yensu Tim, addressing the clergy and other leaders to commemorate the first anniversary of the assumption of office of the current national executives at PRWC Atomic in Accra. Mr. Tim said that the party and its national executives will not stoop so low to opt for LGBTQ in the country. Observed that the party believes in the religious and moral values of the country, that frowns on the practice, and as such, the party would not go contrary to those beliefs. And this week, the debates on the clauses or the consideration of the clauses will start in Parliament. And then if there is no objection, we expect this bill to come through as early as possible. The middle page, Damango constituency with rich culture history, special focus. It comes with a picture of in fact, he is actually the writer, Samuel Abujinapo, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, highlighting the Damango constituency with a rich culture. So you have elephants, the Larabanga mosques in Damango,
yes,
the Mystic Stone. So if you should get a graphic this morning, I'm sure you have a lot to.
There's a lot to see there. I've been to both of those.
Oh, that's great.
And they are wonderful, destinations that we really need to develop and encourage people to look. Larabanga is magical.
Right.
I mean, if you think of how old that structure is, and how clever the architecture is, how unique the design. I mean, look, we have things in Ghana.
Of course,
yeah.
we are just not promoting them. And remember that at some point we had a head coach for the Black Stars, CK Akono.
Yes.
Now the news that the Ghana Football Association or the government owes him over $200,000 in unpaid salary. And Nyauta Malko is urging him to go to court to claim the money. And then also ahead of the GFA presidency election, George Akwesi Afiye, who is an aspirant, is urging the current leadership of the GFA, led by Keto Kreku, to fulfill the game-changer promises first before taking on his opponents. Kojo, that's your graphic.
Thank you. All right, here's the daily guide, and the big one this morning. Educhum endorses Bawumia. Details are on page 3. This is the Education Minister, Dr. Yaosei Educhum, who is reported to have endorsed the candidacy of Vice President Dr. Bawumia for the NPP flag bearership. And I want to read a direct quote. He says, I know Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia. He has a good heart and he laid his life for the party. Dr. Bawumia has stood for the hard-working people of Bosumtwi, but more importantly, he understands education and socio-economic development. He'll be a better president. Yeah, he'll be a better president. That's what the education minister is saying.
All right.
Okay. There's an interesting comic strip on page 3 of the Daily Guide where some people are in a studio. The heading is Umofia Leaked Tape. There's some sort of producer in the studio with a dog and a cat in the recording booth. The dog is barking into the microphone and the producer says, I say, try make your voice sound like meow, pepe, for politics. So I wonder what that means. Back to the front page. 4 arrested over Ablikuma cop killing. This is the bullion van robbery case. 4 people have been arrested. You know, when the police wants to do a good job, they can do it.
One of them was picked up in Togo.
Imagine that.
Yeah, Blessing in Joma, a Nigerian.
Yes, I think he's the one that this story even highlights. His picture is on the front page. Bank of Ghana increases gold reserves. I think we're up to something like 7.7 tons. Forest guard goes missing. And 2 perish in mining pit. Oh, goodness. Our natural resources are killing us. On the back page, a few sports stories, including a fan who caused a crash by taking a selfie at the Tour de France. Horrible images here of competing athletes who are all on the floor after this fan trying to take a selfie caused them to crash into each other.
Look at that. So the Finder Presidential Special Initiative is the brainchild of Alan Kojoche Martin. This is according to Mr. Richard Nyama, Deputy Spokesperson of the MPP flag.
Sorry, what is the brainchild of Alan?
Presidential Special Initiatives.
Okay.
Yes, so according to him, it's the brainchild of Alan Chemantin. And according to the paper, Alan Chemantin is beginning his tour of the Volta region today and tomorrow. He's meeting party delegates ahead of the Special Delegates Congress in August to select the first 5 to go through the National Congress in November. Also, in the Finder, domestic dollar bonds. If you have dollar bonds with government is hoping to exchange $809 million, and is beginning. Government has launched the domestic debt exchange program for eligible holders of dollar-denominated domestic notes and bonds. Under the program, the government is inviting holders of the old bonds to exchange approximately $809 million new bonds with lower rates and lower maturities. And
the people affected by this, the people affected by this, they are the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
The richest people in our country are the ones who invested in these dollar-denominated domestic bonds. I wonder how they are going to take it.
Yeah, so we'll hear more in the days to follow. So those are the stories and a lot more making the news in the Finder.
All right, I'm going to very quickly rush through the Business and Financial Times front page because it's time for us to go online. Government launches $809 million US bond swap, calls for full participation to revive economy. Bank of Ghana adds 7.7 tons of gold to the reserves. Details on page 3. Boost for oil production as first well from JSE comes on stream. And mixed views on policy rate stance amid inflationary concerns. RCBs are also being told to reduce their NPLs. All right, let's go online. The online review, as always, brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy. So what do you do when you run out of fuel for your vehicle? Do you just top up anywhere? Don't do that. Please go to the Good Energy family, all right? You must be part of Goyle Super XP RON 95 and Diesel XP because they are the best quality fuels in high performance, with high performance for your vehicle. Goyle Super XP RON 95 is a high-grade fuel sold at the same price as a normal fuel, and the Diesel XP is low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your car. With over 440 stations across the nation, join the family that rewards you with quality for an energized driving experience. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, Yenara Yedim. Now, if you're looking for a bank that understands you and puts your financial needs first, then it's got to be Zenith Bank. Whether you're young, old, an entrepreneur, a student, a salaried worker, a corporate entity, an SME, a pensioner, a parent, a child, a Ghanaian resident abroad, or a foreigner resident in Ghana, at Zenith Bank, everyone can bank with them. What are you waiting for? Join the Zenith family today for an unrivaled banking experience. You can call 0302-680-884 or just send an email to info@zenithbank.com.gh. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Now, let's see what's on myjoyonline.com. Pastor and 3 others sentenced to 7 days imprisonment. Other interesting stories are waiting for you there. Go check it out. Right now, though, it's time for the BBC News, brought to us by our friends at Fidelity Bank. Believe with us and log on voice. Experience seamless business, man.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Want to feel energized for more? Fuel up with Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP high performance products from Goyle. Our high grade fuel comes at no extra cost, but with more power. And our Diesel XP, it's low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. Experience high performance and quality with our products. Available everywhere. Choose Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP for an energizing driving experience. Goyle. Good energy.
Home is a reflection of who you are. So you need a wide variety of colors, patterns, textures, and styles to personalize your space so it feels like home. Visit the Orca Deco Superstore on Spinkters Road today.
Are you a corporate organization, e-commerce business, individual or student looking for a trusted courier company where you can track your package and receive SMS alerts to keep you posted? At IAS FedEx, we move your documents and parcels with care to the destination of your choice. With offices across the nation, we happily deliver your package to your office or the comfort of your home. With the assurance of safety and affordability giving you peace of mind, IAS FedEx has your package in good hands. Call us on +233 501 605,000 or +233 501 631,000. IAS, licensee of FedEx.
No matter your water needs, Sintex has it all. Sintex tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Sintex tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Sintex tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project, or demand, choose Sintex tank. Sintex tank, stress-free. Sintex tank, reliable. Sintex tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit syntexgh.com. Sintex tank, strong, tough.
Traffic. Steve Rosenberg reports.
So far, Russian officials have provided...
Joseph and Fred, whether you've seen, the University of Ghana host office, Pent, you're there. I don't know whether you've seen the host office. All of a sudden, it's become news. People are asking every year questions. And every year they talk about it. Well, I've seen one in a room, 24,000, with AC. Doubt it. Yeah, and then there's one without AC. You can actually make the point that 24,000. That's like renting a 3-bedroom house. Wherever you may find yourself, you could actually do a 2-bedroom house for 1 year, and pay similar amount. But the question is, that's a choice you have to make. If you want to go there, you go there. If you don't want to go there, you don't go there. I can agree with those who say there are issues of accommodation on campus. That's very true. There are issues of accommodation on campus. Now, I have been to, university. If you go to Cardiff University, for instance, in every hall, there's one in a room. They are surprised to know that we have 3 and 4 in a room in Ghana. One in a room, one in a room. Now, that one in a room, there's actually one that has a shared toilet or bathroom. And ones that also, you have your own, washroom and everything. But there's another one that is for the upper class. If you can afford, go and pay for it. My point is, yes, today we must have conversation about building affordable hostels and all of that. But the reality also is that this one is meant for a certain category of people. We cannot run away from that. Fred?
Yes, so my worry with this is that we are creating a class society where if you do not have the wherewithal, you cannot access education, for instance. A lot of people can't afford these things, these charges that we have seen. 24,000, 21,000, 17,000, and so on and so forth. Look, we want to make education so easy for a lot of people. And the other day, we sat here to discuss affordability of housing for the general population. People who are actually in employment and are making money. These are students who don't make money. And for some of them, they have to pay for their own education. And so if they have to pay this to be able to lay their heads, and in some of the cases, it's more expensive than you get on the market.
My friend, the question is that this Joseph, this is already sometimes overbooked, oversubscribed.
Yeah.
Yes. You think whether you can't get a place.
Yes, but
who is paying for it?
Are you not surprised that now schoolgirls are chasing people's husbands? What do they want?
I don't know.
That's where they make the money to go and pay for these things. You understand? So that destroys the moral fiber of our country. How long can we go on with this?
No, but Fred, that analysis, this inference, I don't get it.
Where are they getting the money from?
Why can't their parents pay for it?
Have you heard the parents complaining? Put the microphone out there.
You.
Haven't you heard them complaining?
Which parent have you heard complaining?
They complain all the time. They tell you,
look,
they are even complaining about the electricity bills,
which
and
parent have you heard
everything.
complaining?
They can't afford all of these things.
Who told you?
I'm telling you that we've spoken to a lot of parents who can't afford these things.
I am challenging your sample size. Where is it?
I haven't.
Winston, when I was on campus, I was at Legon, so I know Pence very well. I think that disparity has always been there. Those times, Legon we used to pay just about almost 500 cedis. And Pence those times we were paying around 2,500 to 3,000. I think the point is that luxury will always be there for those who can afford. I agree to refer to the extent that we should try as much as possible to create enough space in the affordable ones so that the Akables can go to the Legon hostel. We don't have to, by force, go to Pent. So that's where I just side with him there. But beyond that, I think for luxury, there to always be an option. Because if you have the opportunity to be at a university and you can afford, if I have to go back to the university, I can afford, and I will be in an accommodation where there will be air conditioning there with my own toilet facility and I can afford it, I will not go to my dear Legon. But the point is that we should try and make it possible for those who want to go to Legon. There should be enough space for them to go there as well.
Pence was built with investments from those of us working from SNEC, isn't it? So why is it coming at a premium?
No, but
to students who, in the end, are going to contribute to SNET. Why?
Hold on. Student loan, don't you pay interest?
Of course you do.
Now, the money. Hold on. The money that SNET used to build that is your money. Your money. Are you expecting the same money, time value of money? If they maintain that same money for you, you will cry blood on the day you are going on retirement. You are expecting returns.
Look,
hold on. You are expecting returns.
Listen, I would disagree with you.
I know you disagree with me, but let me just finish. No, let me just finish.
That showed that more than 90% of the profits from SNET's investments go to operations, paying themselves, buying fuel, going there, paying all of these things. So they don't actually spend the profits on us. So when, at the time of your retirement, the profits that they would have made on those investments will not benefit you.
Listen.
If that's the case, let's invest that in education.
Hold on. Do you know how they calculate this thing? You, at the time you're going to retire, they will look at your basic salary. Based on the number of years you've worked, they would calculate it. You, the basic salary that you pay right now, even if you're earning 20,000 as basic salary, do you know how much you pay as SSNIT?
Just invite.
Hold on.
Invite pensioners of today.
Fred.
And ask them if what they are giving is enough.
I am saying that if you work for 35 years, you are entitled to 60% of your basic salary. How much did you pay for SSNIT? You paid 13%. You paid 13%. You are entitled to 65%. That's 65% that you are entitled to. Every year there's going to be an increase. You think that SSNIT doesn't need to invest in it? Please. If the University of Ghana is minded, let the University of Ghana also look for facilities with low interest rates and begin to develop facilities on campus.
I mean, but elsewhere, I mean, if you go to, like we mentioned, a place like Cardiff, they're outside universities. In fact, accommodation on campus is actually not the preferable one. People tend to prefer to live off campus.
Yes.
That also is also another angle that we can also look at going forward. Because, unfortunately for us, where our schools are located, in terms of the competing prices, if you go to it's legal. You can imagine.
No, you're very right. I mean, at the University of Cape Coast,
GIJs, look at what GIJs.
You can't look at the University of Cape Coast, Amamoma, Apiu Sky, and all those areas. All of a sudden, someone puts up, single room. You come, it slaps the price. You ask for something. My point is that, as for SSNIT, we have been complaining that SSNIT is not, making enough profits. Let us, first of all, and all of us here, let us go and find out the agreement that SSNIT signed with the University of Ghana, for instance, and the number of years SSNIT is supposed to manage that. And then, I mean, is it in perpetuity? We don't know. If you get all of that, look at the financials of that, and you probably may understand why people do the things the way they do it. Please. If the university is minded, the university is concerned, and I would side with Akabile at any point in time, the university should also think of building affordable hostels for students. But as for luxury, people have their own choices. Me, given the chance, if I can afford, if I were to go back to the University of Ghana today, at my level, I will go to Pent. That's very honest. I will not lie to anybody that I'll go and sleep in a room of 4 rooms. I won't do it.
Yeah, you need your privacy, you need your comfort. But of course, it comes with money.
Affordability, yes. If you can afford, go for it. So that's where the other ones for you. If you can afford, go and take that one. Joseph and Fred, whether you've seen, the University of Ghana hostel fees, Pent, you were there. I don't know whether you've seen the hostel fees. All of a sudden, it's become news. People are asking every year questions, and every year they talk about it. Well, I've seen one in a room, 24,000 with AC. Yeah, and then there's one without AC. You can actually make the point that 24,000. That's like renting a 3-bedroom house. Wherever you may find yourself, you could actually do a 2-bedroom house for 1 year. And pay.
honest with the truth.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM. Joy 99.7 FM.
So make up baby, you know, I don't need me better than I'm a me winning yada. I come to some as you see question. What academy in the dinner bank or the way you me there on the phone. So the phone package with your phone now while I guide you. See question. What academy in the dinner bank or the way you me there on the phone. So the phone package with your phone now while I guide you. Charlie, my man, una American, I want in America. Hey, I got 2 months of me yelling in America. It's it, but the boss of me in Amojame, Namina, I am Sanchilane,
the year is 2023. 2023. In some parts of the world, they are creating technology that allows machines to think like human beings. Allows machines to be autonomous thinkers. Machines, you can give these machines any problem and they will solve it. That's where the world is today, 2023. We have cars that can drive themselves. Look, in the 60s, all the way back in the 60s, some countries were fighting to send men to the moon. They were leaving Earth and going to the moon. Go and find out what we can do there. But today, in 2023, about 60 years after they sent men to the moon, here in Ghana, we can't even figure out how to provide water for farming. Irrigation. We haven't been able to solve that problem. And you know, in some parts of the world, some parts of the country, this problem is huge because it affects livelihoods across communities. Look, let me tell you about Kasana Nankana. Okay, in fact, let's not even talk about the whole of Kasana Nankana, just Kasana Nankana East. This is a municipality that has Paga as its capital, right? You're looking at a good population of about 33,300 people. Okay. Actually, no. The 33,300 people makes up about 68% of the population. Okay, 68%, and they are all male farmers. 33,307 male farmers, 35,509 female farmers in Kasana Nankana East. Okay, these are the people growing millet, sorghum, rice, groundnuts, vegetables, cowpea, bambara beans, okra, cotton, tomatoes, onion, as well as livestock. Okay, cattle, sheep, goats, pigs, guinea fowl, chickens. All of these, donkeys, they are all being reared in these areas to supply the whole nation. And we have not been able to provide common dam for them. Dugout, crowd, they are not working. Okay, which means unless it's raining, these people can't make a living. They can't produce food. And of course, we can't eat food if they are not producing it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Dam, irrigation, is a problem we have been unable to solve. And it's affecting thousands and thousands of people. This is one district that I've given you figures from. One district. Everything that they are producing there requires water. I mean, groundnuts, millet, sorghum, rice. Rice. How do you grow rice without water? So there are only certain times of the year when it's raining that these farmers can make money, that these farmers can be productive. How is this a problem for a civilized race to be facing in 2023? When our counterparts in other parts of the world are producing AI, artificial intelligence, we can't produce irrigation. We can't irrigate our farms. It's shameless, but today's Hotline documentary will put it in sharp relief. You will understand the real problems that people are facing in areas like Kasina Nankana. Listen to this.
Something more.
The then candidates and then the running mates visited a chief in one of these villages and met the women digging the ground with their bare hands for water. So when they saw that, they said, well, when we come to power, we will provide you with water that can be better than what you are using your bare hands to construct. And that is how come the promise of one village, one dam.
The policy was brought. Nobody was consulted. You were just being in your community. They would tell the assemblyman, your community is benefiting from one village, one dam. Nobody saw the design. And I don't want to think that those who did the design didn't know that there were other better designs of dams around. Because if you go to the Irrigation Development Authority, there are several designs, and that one was not part of it. So it was just like somebody got a consultancy job and wanted to do something different. And that something different ended up not being the best for us.
But unfortunately, the contractor came with their own advice, with whoever advised them, they did differently. Looking at what is behind us, it's not something that we can talk about. By November, December, water is dried out.
It's almost as if they are doing it deliberately. I mean, think about it. So is it our leaders didn't go to school? Is that what the problem is? They didn't go to school? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. They went to some of the best institutions in the world, achieved some of the most prestigious certificates and qualifications and degrees and PhDs in the world. Then they came to promise us one village, one dam. So are they saying they don't know? They don't know that if you are going to provide a dam for a particular area, you have to go and speak to the people in the area? You have to figure out what kind of dam you're supposed to build, how it's going to hold the water, how much water it can hold, the capacity that is required for the area. I mean, are they saying they don't know that these are questions they must answer before they go and provide a dugout? Or is it that the intention was never to solve the problem? Do they get more benefit from promising to solve a problem, from telling stories about solutions, than they get from actually providing solutions? Don't miss the Hotline documentary today. A lot will be revealed, I can assure you. A lot will be explained. We'll suddenly start to understand what the real problem is with our nation and why everyone is developing. We seem to be going backwards. It's a shock.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine.
Looking for a freight forwarding company to handle both your inbound and outbound shipments? Well, if yes, then IAS FedEx offers a wide variety of international freight services, including air freight, sea freight, whether less container load or full container load, customs clearance, and documentation. Now, their international operations link more than 200 countries, supported by extensive domestic networks in all key markets, and they offer a range of fast and direct freight services to suit your needs. Now, they've got dedicated staff with in-depth knowledge of local customs, clearance processes, and procedures. IAS FedEx pre-finances freight pickups up to an agreed threshold for you, their clients, of course, with terms and conditions. Please call them now for free consultation on international freight services and customs clearance processes. Here is the number 050 160 5000, or you can try 050 163 1000. With IAS Ghana, your freight is firmly secured. Special good morning from our friends at KingdomStoreOnline.com. This is the best website for furniture, office essentials, and of course, all of it at great prices. They'll deliver to your home or office in good time, and you get free delivery if you're in Accra or Tema. You can pay via Momo for anything you buy on the website across all networks. Terms and conditions do apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. Okay, times are hard, and the one thing on everyone's mind these days is cash. So whether it's cash to pay the bills or for your kids' school fees, your home improvement, or your building project, Societe Generale Ghana has got your back. Now, the bank has launched the biggest loans campaign of the year, the Yatifso Loans Promotion. SG Ghana is offering amazingly discounted interest rates on their loans. Both customers and non-customers, including staff on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll, can enjoy access to heavily discounted loan rates. Yeah, they say nowhere cool, but SG Ghana Bank is here to lighten your financial burdens. Get a loan now by visiting any of the bank's 42 networked outlets or call their call center on 0302 214 314. Call them today. As always, terms and conditions apply. Remember, promo ends on the 7th of August 2023. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you. All right, get ready for an electrifying adventure with Toyota Ghana. Listen, if you buy the Starlet, the RAV4 Adventure, the Fortuner Diesel, or the Land Cruiser 300 series, you get amazing offers. You're assured of 1 year free service package for any of the listed vehicles. Plus, the opportunity won't last forever, so you'd better visit their showrooms in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Tamale, Takwa, and Takrady, or call 0302 910 204 for further information. Some exhilarating offers for a limited time only. Credit purchase is also available through special arrangements with finance partners at Toyota. Superior quality. All right, listen, why burden yourself to build when you can buy ready-to-move-in 3-bedroom executive houses at Tema Community 25, built with the finest materials and supervised by top-notch professional architects with flexible payment terms. Welcome to a breathtaking development from Selma Court at Tema Community 25, just about 55 minutes drive from Kotoka International Airport. Now, it's ready to move in, 3-bedroom, and the whole development comes with beautifully fitted kitchens, spacious dining hall, and master bedrooms, and large sitting area next to the guest washroom, and spacious compound. Now, you get a whopping 20% discount if you reserve before the 30th of September 2023. Clock is ticking. You can reserve as low as with as little as $5,000 US, okay, or the city equivalent. Don't miss out. Grab this golden opportunity to be your own landlord today by calling the hotline 0249 399 932, or just go to selmacourtghana.com for further information. All right, make big savings. Sign on to the fantastic 4 Republic Bank Visa credit cards, Business, Infinite, Ashese, or Classic. Enjoy great discounts from their partner merchants, global Visa partners with cashback rewards and interest-free days. All right, with the staycation at Aqua Safari at stake, you'd better be in it to win it. You can get dinner for 2 and loads of consolation prizes as well in the Republic Bank Tap to Pay credit card promotion reloaded. Live the soft life life because they've got you at Republic Bank. New card holders are welcome. This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Oh, and good morning to all our friends at Republic Bank, especially Leila Pencil. Good morning to you. Have a fantastic day. All right, it's time now for the nutrition line from Nestle, and you know what they do. They offer good food for a good life.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, eh? I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Nestle Nutrition Line. I'm Jackie Ankra, also known as Na Agilisto. I hope you're well and strong and looking on the bright side of life. Please stay with us as we discuss diabetes and oral health. Diabetes has been shown to harm the eyes, nerves, kidneys, heart, and other important systems in the body. But did you know that diabetes can also lead to oral health problems? People with diabetes are at a higher risk of developing gum inflammation or gingivitis. They can also develop dry mouth, which is a condition where saliva production reduces and can lead to mouth ulcers and tooth decay. People with diabetes are also at risk of developing oral thrush, which is a fungal infection of the mouth and tongue. The fungus multiplies by feeding on the high sugar levels in the saliva of people with diabetes. If you have diabetes, therefore, you should see a dentist annually for a checkup and also brush your teeth with toothpaste containing fluoride. Working with your doctor, dietitian, and the rest of your medical team to control blood sugar levels will also improve your oral health. This is all that time will allow us for today, but as I leave you, I'd like to remind you that we're here for you, working with you. So do keep in touch. Your feedback is precious. 0302 517 020 or 0302 211 880, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800 12 0001. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. Weekends and holidays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To WhatsApp, SMS, call, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. These are the numbers: 0593 845697, 0593 845649, 0593 845708. You can also email consumer services at gh.nestle.com. Strike a pose. We haven't done that in a while. Strike a pose. A victory pose, a confident pose, and go out and do something remarkable with your life. Have a great day. Bye.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, eh? I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
Business no a bit news to say. So the projections from the first quarter show a higher total gross profit for the fiscal year. A bit me kasa say.
Nana, goods not land you. He did the port right.
A bit me to say.
Here are your items.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, 2 for 10 cedi. Me and 10 cedi. 2 for 10 cedi.
However you do business, wherever you do business, MTN Business has a solution for you. Join us on 14th July at the Kumasi Mall and 28th July at the Rollins Park in Accra Central. To learn how to do more and stay ahead of the pack, visit mtn.com.gh/business or call or WhatsApp 0244 308111 for enquiries. It's time to scale up this July with MTN.
MTN. Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide. High credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100 or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
1xBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Yes, I know. Leave no be pension, etc., etc., etc. You say your worst, Fintu, and then let's just move on with life. I know.
See who has decided to show up.
You have a lot to say.
See who has decided to show up.
We don't care.
What about they are welcome?
Thank you.
welcome. You've been missed, to be honest.
Oh, I've missed you guys so much. But it's great to be back.
Missed.
And it's great to get back into our birthday messages on Super Morning Show, brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. Lots of special people celebrating their birthdays today. Happy birthday to Dr. Philip Yao Bano. He's the registrar of the Health Facilities Regulatory Agency, HEFRA. And the message for you is thank God for your life. May God bless you and keep you and grant your heart's desires. And it's from your dear Dr. Nana Amasewa. All right, this one says, lastborns have got special places everywhere they find themselves. Imagine being the lastborn and having to be the last to be celebrated every year. Happy birthday to, this one says, to my almost girlfriend, Lady Euphemia Priscilla Lai, CEO of Lady Femi Creations. Stay blessed. And that's from Kwame Gansa. Another one from Kwame Gansa. He says, life is like a butterfly, as soft and gentle as a sigh. The multicolored moods of love are like its satin wings. Hey, Dolly Parton will get you. Anyway, happy birthday to my ex, my all-time girlfriend, and my wife. Hey, your wife is your ex. Hey, Kwame Gansa. Mrs. Agnes Maud Gansa, happy birthday to you. God has got you covered. The kids and Kwame are eternally blessed to have you. Happy birthday also to Mrs. Marian Bano from everyone at the Multimedia Group. Oh, Auntie Marian, happy birthday to you. And this one says, happy birthday to Professor Margaret Ivy Amwakohene, member of the Council of State, and from all your children around the world. All right, have you guys got any birthday wishes?
I have no birthday shouts except to say happy birthday to everyone celebrating today.
Well, I know Fence is going to make a thing about. It's my son's birthday today.
Oh, yeah, fantastic!
So July is busy for me. Mom was 2 weeks ago, Dad was last week, and then today is my son.
Charlie Bonizun,
yeah, Mr. He has his many names, but Kendon Al Smith.
What a nice,
what
a nice name.
Happy birthday to
it's
him.
a lovely name. It's a lovely name. I've met the young man before. Such an active young man.
Your papa's person for Ken, but your person call London, sir. And one Kendon.
Yeah, big shouts to him and God bless him. Yeah,
fantastic, nice one there. Happy birthday to you, Kendon, and happy birthday to all of you. Right now, though, the Joy Sports Center is brought to you by
MTN.
Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank. Here for good. Allianz Life Insurance. We secure your future. 1xBet, your reliable bookmaker, and DSTV.
It's your moment.
Now, MTN Business is here with SME Month this July. Come along and let them enable your business with data and connectivity solutions, mobile solutions, digital solutions, unified communications, and so much more at the best rates. MTN Business is indeed your partner for growth. Watch out for exciting activities including promotions, quizzes, training sessions, product activations, and SIM registration exercises at locations near you. Follow them on their social media handles for all the details. And of course, it'll all be climaxed with SME fairs on the 14th of July at Kumasi Mall and on the 28th of July at Accra at Rawlings Park. So call them today or just email mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com, or you can call or send a WhatsApp to 0244 308 111.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a bit more to come. First of all, let me tell you about all registered 1xBet players. Okay, there's something interesting for you. A reliable bookmaker has launched a Jackpot of the Week promotion. You have a unique opportunity to get the weekly jackpot. Look for the conditions on the promo page, complete simple tasks, and get the chance of winning a lump sum. Also, you're reminded about the registration on the website or in the 1xBet app with the promo code GHJackpot to get a bonus of up to 2,650 Ghana cedis.
That's right. And if you lead a corporate business, a global subsidiary, or run the affairs of a small or medium enterprise, as a key decision maker in your business, we know you want to make payments seamlessly and access real-time transaction data whether you are at work or on the go. Standard Chartered provides a digital key to help unlock your business potential. The key is Straight to Bank, a single access end-to-end digital platform that helps you manage the needs of your business on the go, view transactions, pay your business partners and government institutions through Ghana.gov, facilitate real-time payments and collections with the latest encryption technology and security. Elevate your banking experience today with Straight to Bank, award-winning digital banking platform powering payroll, cash management, trade, and securities. You can always, of course, bank on us. Kindly email premierservice.gh@sc.com to sign up today. All right, good morning, all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentu Tahiru Fentu. Coming up this morning, I don't see the star, and a 20-year-old is Wimbledon champion.
You inspire me a lot. I started playing tennis, watching you. I mean, since I was born, you already was winning tournaments. It's amazing.
Well. That's another way to not call somebody old. That's 20-year-old Carlos Alcaraz. Chemically just trying not to describe Novak Djokovic as old after stopping the 36-year-old from winning a 5th straight Wimbledon title. We'll review Wimbledon, where there was still no reprieve for Tunisia's Ons Jabeur. The wait for a major title continues for her. But first, Ghana's Black Queens. They arrived back in Ghana yesterday after their 3-0 win over Guinea on Friday in an Olympic 2024 qualifier. The Queens are looking to reach the Olympic Games for the first time in their history, and they will take on Guinea tomorrow in the second leg of that preliminary qualifying round before facing one of Africa's top 7 teams from the last Women's AFCON in the second stage of qualifying. Vivian Konedu, Doris Boydua and Evelyn Bedu were Ghana's scorers over 10 women Guinea. Nora Haptel is the head coach of Ghana's Black Queens, and she was pleased with the start.
Yeah, I think we had a good start in the Olympic qualifiers. We won this game 3-0. We arrived here, had some issues before the game, so the game needed to postpone 1 hour later. But we always adapt to all those challenges. I think in the beginning we also needed to get a bit attached to this very difficult grass here. It's a very bumpy pitch, when you are on it. But step by step, we entered into the game.
That's Nora Hopto. Right before she took charge of the Queens, they had managed only 2 wins in 5 matches, but have since won all 4 games under the Swiss, scoring 10 goals in total and conceding none. It's a direct contrast to the Black Stars, who after the World Cup have won only 1 of 3 games and scored 2 goals in the process. They missed out on early qualification ticket to AFCON 2024 last month in a goalless draw to Madagascar. Aminu Shadow is team manager, and speaking on game plan on Friday, he suggested the players are buckling under the pressure of the fans.
Maybe we are putting too much pressure. We also have a role to play in helping our teams perform. Let's not kid about it. I'm not saying they are professional, they should be able to deal with pressure properly. But if we have a way to help our team by way of easing the pressure on them, and even when things don't go well, even in real game situations, let's try. Because in few times where I've just done a cursory observation of our performance, in times where we didn't really care about the results and we're all up for it, pumped up for the game, everybody was whipping in line in a certain direction, we've delivered. Like Nigeria, we found a way to whip up support and the mindset of the country. I wasn't here, but I could feel it.
Aminu Shadow is Black Stars team manager. Now, Ghana's 2026 World Cup qualifying run will see them face off with at least 4 of the African sides they have struggled to beat over the last 1.5 years: Mali, Comoros, Central African Republic, and Madagascar. So, what do the Black Stars need to improve on to better the results? We spoke to some fans.
The midfield and attacking area is what we need to be strengthened. The last match, the game we played, it looks as if the midfield was broken. And why do you take off Jordan, who was disturbing defenders, and he needed somebody to supply him? Then after you take Jordan, then you add Kudus to Dedeayo, who was eventually out of the game. He's written, I'm expecting a lot from him because he was with the team during Otuado's time. So this team shouldn't be new team to him.
The team thing is like being a parent that is not helping you. Playing party and service together. Both of them are mostly defensive minded. So you should get party or service. One of them to stay like a defensive midfielder and get someone who is a traditional number 8 like Ashimeru. When he came on against Angola, you see he was progressing the passes.
Some Black Stars fans speaking on the Sports Arena on Joy FM yesterday. The qualifiers for the 2026 World Cup will not start until November this year and will run for 2 years ahead of Mexico, Canada, and the USA hosting the rest of the world. David Akam, he never played at the World Cup, but he understands the importance of the Black Stars making it to their 5th of the last 6 editions.
We all know the benefits of qualifying to a World Cup, and the next World Cup is in USA, and that's huge. I'm here in the USA and I know what the USA are preparing. They are preparing for a great World Cup. And for me, I think it will be even better or bigger than what we saw in Qatar. So this is the world showpiece and every country wants to be there. So if we want to be the best, want to be considered as the best country in football, then we have to be here. We have to do everything to be here. And for me, as I said, it's always possible to qualify.
Former Black Stars striker David Akam speaking on Sports Link. Now, meanwhile, Black Stars assistant coach Didi Dramani will take on an extra role as head coach of the Black Galaxies, popularly called local Black Stars. He's called up 4 batches of 24 players for screening and training at the Ghana Center of Excellence at Pram Pram. The first batch reports today ahead of the final team selection. Meanwhile, Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey is expected to join his teammates tomorrow for their pre-season tour of the United States. The Black Stars player was omitted from Arsenal's initial squad that flew out to North America amidst uncertainty around his future. But reports say the 30-year-old's absence is attributed to fitness issues at the club, as the club aims to keep him in shape for the upcoming season. The Gunners are expected to honor 3 friendly games before returning to London. And speaking of Thomas Partey, he was born and bred in Ashaman. Of course, many people say Ashaman shaped him. And that's why the MTN Ashanti Fest is also on in the Ashanti region. The 2023 edition will see Santase, Dichamso, Ejoso, and Kwadasu compete for the hefty cash prize at stake after they booked their slots in the semi-finals. The quarter-final stage of the competition saw the team play to the excitement of the fans at the Dichemso Tunfor Park over 2 days, with the first set of games starting on July 13, of course. And Santase, they completed a set with Stephen Owusu-Benahene netting the only goal of the game to see off competition from Bantama. Also in the other quarterfinal matches, of course, there was Ejisu who sealed a 1-0 win over Ashtown, while Dichemso needed penalties to edge out Amakum in another thrilling encounter after playing at a 1-0 draw at full time. The semi-final games of the competition are scheduled for Friday, July 21, with Ejisu playing at the home side against Quadra. So while Dichemso and Santase will also be vying for an opportunity to make the final. There's quite a lot of money to be won there, with the winners being awarded a cash prize of 20,000 Ghana cedis. Let's do Wimbledon now.
Well, here's a young man who knows how to work a crowd and enjoy the moment. He said the key is to smile, and we're seeing a lot of that now.
Yes, fans cheering on Carlos Alcaraz as the 20-year-old Wimbledon champion posed for photos on the balcony of the Wimbledon clubhouse. It is Alcaraz's first Wimbledon win, one which ended the 4-year dominance of Novak Djokovic, whom he beat in the final. Alcaraz fought back from a nervy start to win 1-6, 7-6, 6-1, 3-6, 6-4 against the defending champion, and says it's a dream come true.
Being a Wimbledon champion, something that I really wanted, and honestly, I didn't expect to get it, really soon. It's time to enjoy and to see everything, all my feelings, and it's as I say, it's a dream.
So Djokovic has to wait a little bit more to get that 24th extending Grand Slam title. Here he is.
I won some epic finals that was very close to losing, so maybe this is a kind of a fair and square deal, I guess, to lose a match like this for me here, even though of course it hurts. It's never easy to lose a close match, but credit to Carlos, amazing poise in the important moments for someone of his age.
That's Novak Djokovic. In the women's singles, unseeded Marketa Vondrousova became the first unseeded player to win the Wimbledon women's singles as she beat Tunisia's Ans Jabbar. Athletics now, and positive drug tests involving Nigerian sprinter Grace Nwokocha means last year's Commonwealth gold medal, initially awarded to Nigeria in the women's 4x100 meter relay, has now been awarded to England. Nigeria beat England by 0.21 seconds at the Alexander Stadium on the final day of athletics, but the following month, Nwokocha, who ran the anchor leg for Nigeria, was provisionally suspended by the Athletics Integrity Unit for using banned anabolic steroids. This ban follows similar bans handed to sprinters Blessing Okagbari and teammate Divine Ododuru in the last 12 months. So, what does all of this mean for Nigerian athletics?
It's made Nigeria gone to category A when it comes to the doping testing poll, really. And some of the nexus you find is that they were all based in the United States. Although Grace Nwokocha was still schooling, her athletic scholarship has been stripped off her by school, and she's now in junior college at this point in time. So the has taken it upon themselves to be more stringent and monitor these athletes, especially the one in the United States that are in colleges and on scholarship, because a large chunk of our athletes are the ones based in the United States. So hopefully it's nipped in the bud and it doesn't get overblown. But it's really sad because
that's Nigerian sports journalist Deji Okeyimbo. Meanwhile, American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson remains undefeated in the 100 meters this season after beating world leader Shericka Jackson of Jamaica in the event at the Silesia Diamond League on Sunday. The duo will meet again in Budapest in just a few weeks' time. That's all the latest from the world of sports here on the Joy Sports Center. My name is Fentu Tahiru Fentu. There's more sports on our website, myjoyonline.com/sports. Kojo?
Salamatu.
I have not heard that since you left.
Yes, I'm back. I was told what you did to me the day after my birthday.
Oh yes, I dirtied you.
Your reward is
serious dirty.
Your reward is in heaven.
Serious dirty.
All right, the sports team returns tomorrow with even more from the world of sports. But of course, you better catch them on all our major bulletins throughout the day. Right now, though, it's time for food for thought. brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference. Now, Roverman Productions, in partnership with Joy FM and the National Theatre, will excite you again with another brand new and hilarious Ebo White play. I like what you like. Ever since Kwesi's fall from grace, Iris, his wife, has had to take up the cost of running the home. But an unexpected announcement turns Kwesi's dreadful morning into a very exciting one and sets him on an adventure he's not ready for. Now imagine her frustration when wealth comes knocking and he is taking his time to answer the door. How will he be able to handle the stress and pressure of gold unseen? Galamsey unseen. I Like What You Like is a test of integrity, faith, love, and honor. The play comes on at the National Theatre in Accra from the 7th until the 16th of July. All right, Fridays at 7 p.m., that's one show. And on Saturdays, 4 and 8 p.m., 2 shows. And on Sundays, 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m., 3 shows. That's the Roverman 1, 2, 3. You can't miss a play. Rate is 150 Ghana cedis. Tickets are available now via Korba short code *365 *535# and at the usual outlets from the front desk of Joy FM, Shell Shops at Tema, Community 11, Airport, East Legon, and Dansoman. Total Shops at Bachona and Hacho, and at Frankie's Osu. You can also visit the Roverman Productions pages on Facebook and Instagram, or call 050-554-6010 or WhatsApp 050-554-6030 for inquiries. The sponsors are Ebony Condoms, Gino Tomato Mix, and GCB Bank PLC. Communications partner is M Notify and Logistic Movers. Roverman Productions. Be the difference. Hi, Glebo. Good morning.
Hi,
Glebo.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's been long, Papa.
It has been. And, the LPM you just read would have benefited me last week.
Oh, of course.
Check
the date.
Check the date.
I missed the date. Hey, Asemu. Anyway.
So, for our listeners, because there are people who always think that the play is continuing. The production ended yesterday.
Yes, the last 3.
It ended yesterday. So Kojo is just finding his feet. So don't hold it against him.
we beg. I completely missed the dates on that. Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, it happens, Kojo.
Anyway,
Kojo, on Thursday, that's 20th of July.
Yeah.
I celebrate my 69th birthday.
Hey, Uncle Ibu.
And yes, sir.
I was here for the 60th too. It was just like yesterday, you know.
You're also growing. You think that the day is not passing. So it means that really? So we've had to cope with you and catch up with you for 9 years.
It's unfortunate.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know we were that resilient.
It's serious, Uncle.
And leading up to the day, I have been sharing intimate aspects of my life with our listeners. This is the 3rd in the series. I have had my share of ups and downs in life. I've had to deal with rejection for most of my youth. I've struggled with inferiority complex most of my life. I have lost my job twice. And I've had to deal with betrayal and false friends. I had to start life all over at age 46. I have survived these because of some Bible verses and passages that I have held on to over the years. They have served me well. And this morning, I want to share them with you in the hope that they will become a source of encouragement and strength for you in times of trouble, just as they have been for me. And here are the Bible passages in no particular order of importance. Number 1, Psalm 46, verse 10. And it reads, "Be still and know that I am God." This verse came to me when I was in my mid-20s. Nothing was working in my life, and my life seemed to be going nowhere. I was lost and confused in life and about life. In the midst of all that, I came upon this verse. Be still and know that I am God. The verse taught me that it was about God and not about me. It encouraged me to continue leaning on God. The second Bible passage, Isaiah 43 verse 2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. I was one of those who was initially taught that the wrong things about Christianity and about God. I was taught that if you're a Christian, you will not suffer any setbacks and any misfortunes in life. We're taught that if you came to Jesus, all your problems will be over. And we went around teaching that. Meanwhile, I was struggling with all kinds of setbacks and difficulties in my life. My life was not consistent with what I was being taught and what I was teaching. And then I came upon this verse. I realized that it did not say that I will never pass through the waters, or that if I am about to pass through the waters, I'll be spared or kept from going through the waters. It did not say that I will never have to be thrown into the fire or find myself in the fire. What it says is that when I am in the waters or the rivers, God will be with me, and the rivers will not sweep over me. The promise is not that I will be spared the fire, but when I am going through the fire, I will not be burned, and the flames will not set me ablaze. It reminded me of the experience of the 3 friends of Daniel who were thrown into the fire for refusing to worship the idol the king had put up. The verse showed me that I will not be spared trouble and hardship, but I could count on God's presence and his help in the trouble. I discovered that it is in our troubles and struggles and hardships that we grow and discover the power of God even more. The third Bible passage that has helped me is rather a long one, and I ask that you permit me to read it to you. And it is Romans chapter 7, 15, verses 15 to 25. It reads, I do not understand what I do, for what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. And if I do what I do not want to do, I agree that the law is good. As it is no longer I myself who do it, but it is sin living in me. For I know that good itself does not dwell in me, that is, in my sinful nature. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep doing. Now, if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is sin living in me that does it. So I find this law at work. Although I want to do good, evil is right there with me. For in my inner being, I delight in God's law, but I see another law at work in me, waging war against the law of my mind and making me a prisoner of the law of sin at work within me. What a wretched man I am! Who will rescue me from this body that is subject to death? Thanks be to God who delivers me through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then, I myself in my mind am a slave to God's law, but in my sinful nature, I am a slave to the law of sin. I have struggled with sin most of my life, and for the longest time, I felt like a hypocrite among Christians. They seem to be doing very well, and they did not seem to have any issues in their lives. They seemed perfect, but I felt like I was going from one confession of sin to another. Then I came upon this passage, and I realized that the struggle with sin is an ongoing battle. Now, you think that with that discovery, I would then give myself fully to sin, but a strange thing happened to me. With that discovery that the struggle with sin never ends, I found the strength to overcome. The passage, far from becoming an excuse for me to wallow in my weaknesses and sin, gave me strength, because it told me that God God knows of my struggle, and also that He has an answer for me, with verse 25 saying in celebration and jubilation, thanks be to God who delivers me through Jesus Christ our Lord. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm a perfect man now. I'm not saying that I'm above sin. I am not. But I don't beat myself up when I slip. I just pick myself up and move on, always aiming at honoring God in every way I can. In my counseling experience, I realized that a lot of Christians feel very defeated and condemned when they slip, and they feel that God will be mad with them. And I discovered that this feeling of defeat and condemnation makes them sink even more deeper into sin. For me, the realization that the struggle is ongoing gave me the desire and the strength to win, or to pick myself up and keep going. Kojo, my time is totally gone. I had other verses, but this one, let me just read the fourth one, but I won't comment on it. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. I had an interesting commentary on that, but Kojo, I don't have the time.
Oh dear, we're really missing out there, Uncle Ibu, and we thank you so much for what you have shared. Indeed, being a Christian is a continuing battle. We appreciate you very much. See you on Thursday?
Yep.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And of course, Food for Thought returns on Thursday with Uncle Ibu White and Roverman Productions. We have to apologize. We're bringing you the Joy Business Minute. It's a little bit later than usual, running a bit late this morning. But here it is, the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, We Stand With You, and MacDan Aviation, your dependable private aviation solution.
Hi, and welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, We Stand With You, and MacDan Aviation, your dependable private aviation solution. The World Bank has warned Ghana that it's risk-facing financial challenges and losing its foreign direct investment inflows to other countries if it does not implement a critical action plan to address its current energy challenges. Also, Fitch Solutions has reaffirmed its position that economic activities in Ghana will get worse before getting better this year, despite the expansion of the economy by 4.2% in the first quarter of this year. And government has finally begun the process to restructure local dollar bonds and cocoa bills totaling almost 18.20 billion cedis. That's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, We Stand With You, and MacDan Aviation, your dependable private aviation solution.
There you go. All right. Now, do you have cash reserves or investments and require security of your investments? Then CBG Custody Account is your best bet. With a minimum of 10,000 Ghana cedis in cash or in investments, individuals, pension funds, mutual funds, companies with reserve funds, NGOs, international funds, and investment firms can open a custody account with CBG. Enjoy the best of experiences with their state-of-the-art technology and digital offerings, robust control and secured systems, swift settlement and transaction processing protocols, no transaction costs, unbeatable custody fees, and excellent customer services. Go to any CBG branch. There are 114 of them across the country. Open your custody account, and if you want to know more, just call 0302 216 000. You can email talktous@cbg.com.gh or visit any of their social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you.
A bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams come alive, CBG will make you smile. We will
Nyamidua Apartments, the first master planned community in Ghana, is offering a 20% discount on all units. 2 and 3 bedroom apartments ready to move in today. Strategically located a short drive from the Tema Motorway roundabout towards Community 25. Call us now and the first 10 will get an additional 5% discount. Use the promo code Nyamidua23. Terms and conditions apply. Contact number 0551 435 555. Nyamidua Apartments. Affordable luxury homes for everyone.
You know, I still haven't told my husband. I'm afraid of his reaction.
Oh, I thought you said you would try to disclose your HIV positive status to him on your birthday.
I wanted to, but never got round to it. It just did not seem like the right time to say it.
Don't you want him to go and test to know his status too?
Of course I do. I am just afraid of his reaction. I am afraid he will walk out on me and quit the marriage.
But you can't be too sure of that.
You know, the other day, when he heard HIV in the news, he referred to it as a bad disease. And I know a couple of people whose partners deserted them because they tested positive for HIV.
But it is also important for him to test for HIV and start antiretroviral medication if he is HIV positive.
So what should I do now?
Why don't we ask your HIV counselor at the facility for advice? Come on, let us call her and find out how best to disclose your HIV status to your husband and also get him to test for HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ghana AIDS Commission.
Super Morning Show.
Welcome back. It's 8:09 on the Super Morning Show right here on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the 17th of July, 2023. 2023. Yet, Ghana is still facing last century's problems. Listen to this.
The then candidate and then the running mates visited a chief in one of these villages and met the women digging the ground with their bare hands for water. So when they saw that, they said, well, when we come to power, we will provide you with water that can be better than what you are using your bare hands to construct. And that is how come the promise of one village, one dam.
The policy was brought. Nobody was consulted. You were just being in your community. They would tell the assemblyman, your community is benefiting from one village, one dam. Nobody saw the design. And I don't want to think that those who did the design didn't know that there were other better designs of dams around. Because if you go to the Irrigation Development Authority, there are several designs, and that one was not part of it. So it was just like somebody got a consultancy job and wanted to do something different. And that something different ended up not being the best for us.
But unfortunately, the contractor came with their own advice, with whoever advised them, they did differently. Looking at what is behind us, it's not something that we can talk about. By November, December, water is dried out.
It's almost a joke, isn't it? I mean, look at the problems that some societies are solving. And we here in Ghana, we can't fix irrigation. It makes you start thinking, right? Start asking yourself a few questions. Okay, so we've had some of the most qualified, most educated people lead this nation, not just as presidents, but as ministers, as members of parliament, as district chief executives, in positions where they are supposed to solve these problems. So a district like Kasina Nankana, for all these decades that it has existed, for all these years that over 60,000 of their residents have been engaged in farming, none of our leaders has been able to solve the irrigation problem in Kasina Nankana. Meanwhile, they alone are responsible for producing tons and tons of grain and all kinds of other foods that we need desperately as a nation. So ask yourself, why have we been unable to solve these problems? Is it capacity? Is it that we don't have the brains? It can't possibly be. It must be that somebody benefits from the problem. It must be. If for decades we haven't solved it, then someone has been benefiting from the problem. And think about it. So if we are able to produce enough food in these areas, that will mean we can feed everyone in the country. There will be no shortage of food in our schools. We won't have these issues with buffer stock company and people campaigning and protesting overnight because they haven't been paid for all the food that we are importing to solve a problem which we could have fixed if only we had fixed our irrigation issues. So you ask yourself, who is benefiting? Who is benefiting? When all these crises occur, all these problems happen, what does government do? How does government react to these problems? With procurement. That's how they fill in the gaps when there are such big national issues and the solution is nowhere in sight. They fill the gap with procurement. So somebody benefits from the existence of these problems. I wonder if you agree with me. Today on social media, use the hashtag JoySMS and tell me, and tell me, is it that we are unable to solve these problems? We don't have the capacity? Or does somebody benefit from the existence of such problems? We are in 2023. We can't fix irrigation in Ghana. I want to know what you think about it. Use the hashtag JoySMS and tweet hard at us. Of course, you can engage us on all our platforms, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. Social media messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, Ghana AIDS Commission. Test to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health. Number 10 liver salt, a refreshing relief. And GTP, life styled. So does your existing salary account give you more? Is your salary in the right account? Well, don't worry about it anymore. The EcoBank salary account is here to help you. Open an EcoBank salary account today and enjoy free life insurance, which covers temporary and permanent total disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and death. With the EcoBank salary account, you have the ability to save as you spend, free debit card, access to loans, and more. The best part is that you stand a chance of doubling your salary in the EcoBank Double Salary Promotion Reloaded between now and the end of July. So open an EcoBank salary account today by visiting any of their branches or go to ecobank.com to open an account online for amazing benefits. Please beware of scammers who may contact you on this offer. Always visit an EcoBank branch or call EcoBank toll free on 0800 003 225 for further details on the EcoBank salary account and the EcoBank Double Salary Promotion Reloaded. Terms and conditions apply. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Now, have you heard about the Allianz for Life plan? It's an affordable life insurance policy that you can get wherever you are. Just dial *170* on MTN and select 5521, and voila, you and another life are covered for hospitalization and death. You also enjoy very low premium cash back as well every year, and so much more. Call Allianz Life Insurance on 0308 249 090 or just go to allianz-gh.com. It's Allianz for Life, *170# on MTN. Mato for me life. The Sukasa Ogranson Communities Affordable Luxury Housing Project is now rolling out its affordable housing units on sale for its 3-bedroom unit with an outhouse starting at $97,500 or its prevalent CD equivalent, and its 4-bedroom unit with an outhouse starting at $195,000 or its prevalent CD equivalent. They offer various convenient payment options, and the projects are presently at East Legon Hills and Ayimensa sites. They're located at Lagos Avenue in East Legon. Call them on 0302 960 865 or send a WhatsApp to 055 369 7886 for your inquiries. You can also reach them via email at info@sukasa.com.gh and on all their social media handles as SukasaGH. Sukasa, building on trust. This is Super Morning Show. We're kicking off with that documentary right after these.
Hey, this one, Gargantuan account.
Why are you running?
It's all about the EcoBank salary account.
EcoBank salary account. Why? You gonna make me fly?
I promise, it will make your pockets rise. The salary account comes with many incredible benefits like free life insurance, which covers permanent total disability, critical illness, hospitalization, temporal disability, retrenchment, and death. Also save while you spend, access loans, get free debit cards, and the chance to double your salary and more in the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded. It's starting from this May to July 31st, 2023. And there are so many other consolation prizes to be won.
Hey, no wonder my hand was itching. This is the perfect account for my salary.
So go ahead, open an EcoBank salary account today. You also stand a chance to win more than double your salary from 1st of May to the 31st of July in the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is under the supervision of the National Lottery Authority under the Caritas Lottery Platform. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Reserve your executive premium plot at Dodua Hills today, located near Dodua Fire Service, and enjoy secured gated community living with swag, with facilities such as electricity, shopping center, gym and fitness center, tarred road network, and many more. Just pay your negotiable deposit for the Dodua Hills premium plot and spread the balance within an agreed period of time to own your executive hilltop property today. Please call us now on 0540-633-569 or visit our website on www.doduahillsgh.com for further details. Dodua Hills, your peace of mind, our priority.
Hey, you ever buy credits where you get up to 20% of your money back before? Make I tell you about Vodafone's demo promo. See, anytime you recharge a demo, you get up to 20%, whether it be short code or your Vodafone cash wallet, or you don't use credit transfer to your number or someone else. And now you be high tech, so you don't use my Vodafone app or any payment app. However you do, Vodafone go send you up to 20% cash back into your Vodafone cash account. We'll reload it, but then you enter. Top up your airtime with 5 Ghana cedi or more in Vodafone's demo promo and receive 20% of your money back straight into your Vodafone cash wallet. Recharge and cash out in the Vodafone demo promotion.
Vodafone, further together.
Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office, or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice, whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Wouldn't you prefer an apartment hotel? One that offers the utmost convenience of a boutique hotel while offering the idyllic comfort of your own private home. Oasis Park Residences offers luxury studios, 1, 2 and 3 bedrooms both for short and long-term rental at competitive rates. Our sky swimming pool, gourmet outdoor restaurant and a fully equipped gym rest on a breathtaking rooftop with panoramic views of the city. Oasis Park Residences, located at Shiashi Tetekwashi, 10 minutes from the international airport, is the ideal place for all your accommodation needs. Why don't you give us a call on 020-4343-009 or visit our website at oasisparkresidences.com to make your reservations. Oasis Park Residences, more than a home.
It's morning in Africa. It won't be bright for another hour or two, but the continent is already on the move. Trade is kicking up and spirits are high as the continent prepares to move yet another 1 million tons of goods to markets across the seas. It's the hour for making tea and coffee, of cotton bales, splitting wood, diamonds in metal boxes, and tall, tall buildings going up. The train engines are revving up, factories are opening, and big undersea cables are pushing the continent alive. 4 time zones, 1 million opportunities, and vibrant young professionals 100 million strong. It's morning in Africa, and one bank is opening the door to endless opportunities. With seamless Pan-African payment and trade solutions and presence in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, we are Africa's gateway to the world.
Access, more than banking.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
Boy there putting Africa on the map, and well, I wish we were also doing something nice in agriculture to put our nation on the map, but we are not. We have not been for a very long time. We claim that it's the mainstay of our economy and blah, 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 but some of the basic fundamental problems have plagued it for centuries. Problems that the Egyptians solved when they had pyramids. We can't solve today. It's embarrassing. Anyway, we'll be telling you a lot more about what is going to be in that hotline document produced by our very own Jojo Kobna, who's here, head of our features desk. Jojo, it's nice to see you up and alive this early in the morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. Well, listen, you went to these 3 districts, right? So Kasina Nankana East, right? West, sorry. And then you went to Talensi and Bongo.
Oh, and many other places, but the very first part, I went to Wild West too, the Nyole Dam, looked at it, and then I was in Wale Wale too. So I have been all over. But this very, very first part, just 3 districts, focus on 3 districts, the Talensi, the Kasina Nankana, and then also the Bongo district.
Now, these 3 places alone are responsible for the production of a very impressive list of foods that we need desperately across the country. But for some reason, the thing that will allow us to produce it on all year round, we have failed to provide it, and that's water, simple irrigation. Okay, so at the moment, according to our statistics, the agriculture sector employs over 68.7% of the people of Kasina Nankana West. Okay, Kasina Nankana West alone. Now, that is made up of 33,307 male farmers, and 35,509 female farmers. Okay, all of these people coming together to produce all kinds of things: millet, sorghum, rice, groundnuts, vegetables, cowpea, bambara beans, okra, cotton, tomatoes, onion. Before you even come to livestock, cattle, and so forth, all of these products and produce needed in, for example, our schools, where we now can't feed the children. And all it takes to produce it all year round is water, irrigation. And that was the loudest of the promises. 1 village, 1 dam, 1 village, 1 dam, 1 village, 1 dam. When you went, how did the reality compare to the promises?
You know, I was very excited about this particular policy, and even when I interacted with the people were so excited about it. They were pleased. You know, in doing this, I had to review many of the videos when the sword was cut and how excited the people were. And even when I spoke to them, I mean, even with the dams failing, with the dams being very dry and scorched, parched, and thirsty, the people were saying, you know, we still want government to come back to fix this problem because it is big. And in the story, you would get to know that a woman actually was inspired by this 1 village, 1 dam and decided to take a loan and build her own mechanized borehole. And in 2-3 months, she earns about 3,000-4,000, sometimes 5,000, 6,000, and she's excited about it. She says, you know, imagine if all of us were to rely on the dam, and the dam was very efficient. Would make a lot of money. So this promise is a great one. The only problem with it is that the people are not benefiting from it because the dams dry up even before they begin the dry season farming, and so they are unable to farm all year round. And you know, we import a lot of tomatoes from Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
They practice they practice the same kind of agriculture where they harvest water during the dry season, during the wet season, and then dry season they farm. And look at the terrain. I mean, when it rains very heavily, and then it floods. So that is where they decided to do that. And this is not even the first time Ghana is doing it. I mean, we've done many earth dams up north. But what shocked me is that the dams in the 70s, the one I saw, those ones I saw, I couldn't. They had water.
They were built in the 70s.
Yes, they
and
had
they are
water.
still working.
Yes.
So you see, it's not that we don't have the know-how. Someone is directly benefiting from not solving these problems. Anyway, we're going to learn a lot more. Jojo will stay with us because, of course, he's a producer of this documentary we're going to share with you. We're going to learn a lot more. When you listen to the documentary, you hear about the state of these dugouts, the state of what they offered by way of fulfilling these promises. You'll be shocked. But please don't miss it. It's all coming up in a moment on Big Stories, brought to you by Vodafone. Further together, Latex Foam, your partner for life. Belmonte by CPL Developers, the ultimate luxury experience. And Access Bank, your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking. So Vodafone Edemu promo is getting exciting. Don't miss this opportunity to cash out in the Edemu promo. All you need to do is purchase airtime or bundle worth 5 Ghana cedis or more and receive up to 20% cashback in your Vodafone Cash wallet. But Nedem. Also participate in the Vodafone Edemu Dance Challenge and stand a chance of winning amazing prizes from Samsung Ghana, like phones and earbuds. All you need to do is post a video of yourself on social media dancing to the signature Edemu song and tag Vodafone Ghana. Keep reloading in the Edemu promotion and win big. Vodafone, further together. So welcome to Belmonte, where luxury meets comfort. If you're in the market for a home that combines class, convenience, and comfort, then look no further than Belmonte. Belmonte is located in the prime East Legon area, just off Lagos Avenue. The Belmonte stylish apartment offers first-class luxury and cutting-edge finishing. Whether you're looking for an executive studio suite, a cozy one-bedroom apartment, a spacious two-bedroom apartment, or a custom villa, they've got you covered. But that's not all. Belmonte also offers a range of top-notch facilities to relax and keep you entertained. So why wait? Take the first step towards your dream home. Sign up for their 3-year payment plan and own your property today. You can call 0204 343 011 or 0204 343 015. Belmonte is developed by CPL. So are you looking for a 1-seater, 2-seater, 3-seater, or L-shaped sofa created to the finest of detail and available in various colors for your home, office, or hotel? Are you looking for comfort, durability, quality, or perfect finishing? Well, look no further. Latex Foam is your one-stop shop, whatever your choice or budget. Buy from the best, not the imitated. Buy Latex Foam. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
I know sometimes you be like say, nobody said you. That's when I care for you, my friend.
Big tune there. All right, listen, it's time. It's time for us to get into our Hotline documentary for today. Now, indeed, it was a great plan to get the people of the northern region water for the dry season farming. The people were excited that dammed water would stimulate agriculture and make them wealthy. The sound of the drums have died, but the people are not happy. The flagship dams cannot hold water. In this first of our two-part series, we bring you stories from the Kasana-Nankana West District, the Bongo District, and the Talensi District, where residents complain that they have not been able to farm during the dry seasons.
Water to the northerner is like blood. When we have water, we can do a lot of things for ourselves.
And without it, unemployment, poverty, and famine. To escape, many young people travel down south for supposed greener pastures. The NPP government provided a solution: one village, one dam.
The then candidates and then the running mates visited a chief in one of these villages and met the women digging the ground with their bare hands for water. So when they saw that, they said, well, when we come to power, we will provide you with water that can be better than what you are using your bare hands to construct. And that is how come the promise of one village, one dam.
I'm saying every village, one dam. One village, one dam. You know?
The policy appealed to the people in the northern regions.
The government came here and told us that they will be giving us dam. And our people assured them that if they give them dam, they also let them laugh. And really, you can ask our assemblyman and even ask the NPP people what this community did for them. They voted massively for them.
It was a political promise that won the hearts and minds of the people. The dams should make it possible for farmers to farm all year round and break the cycle of waiting for the rains before cultivation. It was the reason why the people of Bongo sang and danced till they became drenched in sweat. When the president cut salt for the implementation of the project.
We have begun the One Village, One Dam initiative, and you here in Bongo can see for yourself that we have begun the initiative. It is our intention that Bongo alone will get 10 dams this year. 570 are being built. You heard the minister across the 3 northern regions, and Bongo constituency alone is going to get 10 out of that 570.
This campaign promise has been fulfilled. Well, but not quite.
Dam always takes us 2 months to dry up. Only 2 months. October, November, the water dry up. November, like this, you see our pepper farm, you will like it. But where? No water again.
My name is Jojo Kobina. It has been 5 years since the dams were constructed. My job here is simple. Find out how the dams are serving the people as it should and what concerns the people have. I hope governments will use the findings in this documentary to improve the current state of the dams.
Zola sala get marina, zola sala get marina, zola sala get marina.
Now, let's backtrack to Kasana-Nankana West District in the Upper East region in the town of Kajalo in 2019. Months after the Kajalo Dam was constructed, the embankment of the dam broke. It could not hold water.
Before we realized, within 30 minutes, there was a disaster. The bank of the river was washed away by this heavy rain, which as a result was a shoddy work as identified by committee members from day one.
Farmers abandoned their plants before harvest because the dam had dried up.
The water is not enough. We just use 1 day in a week. So that's why it reached this time. So we are managing the water. Because of that, the water is still there. And today yesterday that we finished the water. So we don't have enough of water. So we have to leave the gardens there.
The assemblyman for the area, Hillary, recommended that the contractors should deepen and widen the dam.
I believe that about 500 people will benefit from this particular dam if government comes to increase or expand this particular dam.
Heartbroken, the farmers decided not to do dry season farming again. It is 2023 and residents of Kajelo are still wearing long faces. They have been idle for more than 4 months. The dam could not hold water and dried up at the end of January. The ground is dry, scorched and parched, more like shattered glass. The heat is so intense that it has formed a mirage from a distance. Donkeys make their way to the dam in search of water, but they could not even find a single drop. Residents tell me that many young people in the community have migrated for supposed greener pastures.
The fact of the matter is that as long as the water doesn't last, the people don't want to stay. Others travel and go to other places to find a daily break due to the water. That's just the fact. Some go to the bush, and then others go for other cut firewoods, to other places found for people so that they will get something to eat.
If the government had compelled the contractor to fix the concerns of the people in 2019, this current situation may have been avoided.
By God's grace and with the will of the people of this country, NPP is coming back to rule this country, then we'll do the rest and more. So we cannot say we'll do maybe 1,000, 10,000, but we are doing 560 for a start, and it's up to 2020. I believe by early next year, all these dams will be completed. And I know by the time they will complete with the whole features of the earth dam, everybody will come to realize that it's something that needed to be done. So I am satisfied for now, even though it's not completed. But I know at the end of it, everything will be completed fully as expected.
The only problem here was that Kavern officials visited the Upper East region when the dams had just collected water and not during the dry season. Dry season is the best time for governments to properly assess the effectiveness of the dam.
Purpose of the dam is for the irrigation, and irrigation mostly is done in the dry season where water is mostly needed, and we don't get water at that time. So for us, we feel a little bit disappointed when it comes to the One Village, One Dam.
Hillary says his people have not been able to farm all year round, and he reiterated the same recommendation.
Two things: that they should let it go down a bit, then expand it so that a lot of water will there. There is a waterway, and we believe that a lot of water is coming into the dam, and if it's full, it will spill out. So we want the dam to go down and also to be expanded.
The youth of Kajelo gather to find ways of improving the dam to enable them farm all year round. But who will build the cat? None of them has enough money to rent an excavator and improve the dam.
Last, we were trying to see if we can connect a machine from Tono Dam to this dam. But when we got to realize the transportation of the water from Tono Dam to this one, we can't afford it. So we just ignore.
The eagerness of the farmers of Kajalo to till the land in the dry season is palpable. They would have to wait for the gathering of the clouds before they do so.
The things we always discuss is how are we going to do so that this dam will establish, or they will establish to the extent that we'll be using the water so that it would lay for us. These are some of the things that and the challenge that we are facing.
Mark Avia, an elder and opinion leader of Kajalo, is unhappy that the energies of the youth are not being harnessed to good use in the dry season, which covers 6 months.
Once they are strong, they go outside, they go to town and find job, all jobs for themselves. You know, big towns, Nabrongo and other places, they go there to find job for themselves.
While farmers wait for government to fix the dam, others have secured loans to drill mechanized boreholes to irrigate their farms all year round. The good news is that they are cashing in.
Little drops make a mighty ocean. We managed to save some money and drilled our own borehole. We know that water is very essential. We also have mouths to feed. Our children are young and we need to take care of them. So when the dam dries up, we quickly fall back on our own water.
Akosia is excited about her farming business because irrigation has increased her wealth.
Sometimes we harvest 10 or 9 bags of pepper during the dry season. This helps us to settle the school fees of our children. The business is lucrative because we have water from the borehole. We earn 1,000 to 3,000 cedis in just one day.
10 bos no unim say no o 10 bars e sika ya benya pa wom etimenya ayi 10 million otimenya baye 30 million dakoro etimiti mokone etimenya dakoro sa.
You can imagine the wealth this district would have generated if the dam held enough water for dry season farming.
Averagely, like if dry season there was water, how much money would you have brought in?
Okay, at least 5,000 to 10,000. I think we should be able to make it. 5,000 to 10,000 that day. That's the average. This I'm telling you. People earn more than that, but you see, young guys, those small guys, they can earn up to 5,000 because you can't go to Bush and come and get 5,000.
The Peasant Farmers Association says all the dams in the district have not been useful to the farmers in the dry season.
The purpose for which we were happy about the dams was it didn't live long. It fizzled out in a short time because we realized that we were looking at a situation where the peasant farmer will get access to water to do dry season gardening, which will help improve livelihoods. But we realized that even by December, the dams were drying up. So yes, we have 10 of those dams in the district. None of them is serving the purpose for which we think they were created.
They maintain that their critique of the One Village, One Dam has always been accurate and wish the government will sit down with them so they work out solutions together to salvage this flagship project, which has the potential of making the people rich.
The One Village, One Dam is public money we've invested into that. Do we have to leave those dams to go waste? No. What we are saying as peasant farmers is that these dams, we should go around them, look at those that can be reconstructed to serve the purpose for which the dams were created.
From Kassina Nankana West, we head to Bongo District.
Well, this is supposed to be the Ayopia Dam. In fact, a quick history. This is where the president came to break the ground for the very first One Village, One Dam project. But as you can see, the policy looked very good on paper, but terrible when it came to implementation. And at this time of the month, farmers should be getting ready to harvest from their dry season farming. But a look around shows that the farmers did not farm because there was no water. The dam could not hold any water. The dam is actually very thirsty. And so a lot of money was sunk into this project, but little to show for it.
So when the Lord get us ready, we gotta move, yeah.
Residents say it rained a day before we arrived there, and that is the only reason why a little water has gathered in the middle of the dam.
We are all farmers. Before this dam was constructed, we used to farm here. Our farms are all over. The water is not enough even for our livestock, let alone use it for farming. We did not farm during the dry season because we knew the water cannot sustain our crops. If you see small water in the dam, it is because it rained before you came here.
Few minutes after our team arrived at the Ayopia Dam, residents from all walks of life besieged the dam site. They thought we were there to work on the dam. When we told them that we were there to gather feedback for broadcast, they opened up. Like the people of Kajelo, they had also expressed concerns about the dam being unable to hold water for dry season farming. With despair in her eyes, Atenga Arongo stares at the dry, shallow dam and contemplates how it would have made her life simple. She counted her eggs long before they hatched. She thought access to water would ensure a boom in her farming business. Her joy has been cut short, and she wants government, as a matter of urgency, to find a solution to the thirsty dry dam.
When the president came, he said he would construct a dam for us. We were excited. He said the water will help us cultivate vegetables during the dry season. Unfortunately, we are unable to farm during the dry season because the dam dries up. There is no water. After Christmas, the dam dries up completely.
Solomon represents the youth here. He had vowed not to travel to southern Ghana for odd jobs. But staying in Bongo without a job is giving him ideas of leaving home. In his estimation, the dams were not properly constructed. The spillway is close to the reservoir, so the water washes away quickly after the rains.
When the rains comes at once, the water, the speedway is speeding for us, so the water cannot relax for a meantime. So we expect it when government came back tomorrow, and so that you expand this place for us, so that we can still make our dry crops, so that we can get what we can eat for us.
He is backed by another peasant farmer.
The embankment is separated from the reservoir that is created to contain the water, and the size of the reservoir too is very small. Where the spillways have also been kept is very close to the reservoir. So little water in the reservoir, which is already small, when the reservoir is full, the rest of the water spills out. So the dams are not able to contain enough water to help us do dry season farming and also water our animals. So that is basically the problem with the dams. Weak embankments, poorly constructed spillways, small reservoirs, or the reservoirs are too small to contain water. So basically they dry up in no time at all. After the rains, it doesn't really take a month or two before you realize that these dams are drying up.
But Atinga Ayorogo has not given up hope. She's still confident that an effective dam will make her successful. So she's appealing to government to find ways of salvaging the dam.
We plead with the president to come back and rework on the dams so that we can farm. The president promised the water will help us, but the dam dries up too fast. We want to farm so that we can get food to eat.
According to the residents, the dam's biggest achievement is provision of water to their livestock. In the past, they would have to walk their livestock for several kilometers for water. But currently, the animals at least get water to drink.
From December to now, we are still there. We are not working. The water is small, so that if you are trying to make vegetable or crops, the animals will not get any water to drink. That is why we relax the water for them so that they can drink. Even the water too, it didn't stay for long for them.
About 5 kilometers away from Ayopia is this dam. Residents say it was established in the 70s and it gathers enough water all year round. It's a place where birds and ducks go for a swim to cool off in the sweltering heat. The people of Ayopia hoped they would get something like this all year round, but what they got was a scorched dam. This part of the story is titled Poor Consultation.
The policy was brought, nobody was consulted. You were just being in your community. They would tell the assemblyman, where your community is benefiting from one village, one dam. Nobody saw the design. And I don't want to think that those who did the design didn't know that there were other better designs of dams around. Because if you go to the Irrigation Development Authority, there are several designs, and that one was not part of it. So it was just like somebody got a consultancy job and wanted to do something different. And that something different ended up not being the best for us.
Directly behind the Tongo Hills in the Talensi district of the Upper East region is Kari Dam. According to the assemblyman, the Tindana, who is the spiritual leader of the people, performed a ritual close to a dugout and permitted contractors to use the site for the dam. But the contractors chose a different site, which had no feeder channel to the basing of the dam. The result is that the dam is unable to retain water after January. For 4 years, residents have not been able to use it for dry season gardening.
Tindana gave his blessings, did the necessary sacrifices for the machine to start excavating, with the hope that there is an existing dugout. It will be expanded because that dugout never dried. It's a natural one that has been there since time immemorial. It's a dugout that is over 200 years. And expanding that one and building on it will give us more hope that the water will be there season out. So a dry season we can have it well done. But unfortunately, the contractor came with their own advice, with whoever advised them, they did differently. Looking at what is behind us, it's not something that we can talk about. By November, December, water is dried out.
Most of the community members were never consulted. And those who even decided to approach policymakers and the contractors and consultants who came to site to tell them that we have lived in this community for centuries and we know that where you are going to site this dam, it will not hold water. They were ignored and they had to do their own thing. And that is the result we are seeing.
Just like the people of Ayopia, the people around the Togo Hills say they have been praying for the media to come to them to gather their feedback since the contractor failed to listen to them.
God listened to my prayers. That is why you people came here. I've been praying for journalists to come here so that they can tell our story. I wanted to go to a local radio station, but I'm sure they will say I am exaggerating. So I'm very happy you people came here to see the challenges we are facing. Thank God you are here. My prayer has been answered.
Ibrahim Zakari gave out his family land where he used to farm rice. He sacrificed for the entire community, hoping the dam would benefit him. Unfortunately, it has not been useful as he thought it would be. The people of Kare want government to instruct the contractor to come back to the community so they find ways of creating a feeding channel for the dam.
We need to call back the contractor who did this to look into it very well. Add that component of the irrigation facilities into it. Make it deeper than how it is now, it's too shallow, so that dry season it can harvest more water. They can link it with the dugout, that is existing dugout that is there, which never dries out. It is the dugout that never dries. Because of the position of it, it harvests water from the mountain that is closer to us.
The Northern Region Patriots in Research and Advocacy, NOPRA, based in northern Ghana, also investigated 285 dams across the 5 regions and concluded that the dams are not fit for purpose. The executive director of NOPRA, Bismarck Adongo Ayerogo, insists that the dams are very important and added that since government has sunk so much money into the dam, contractors must be compelled to remedy the situation.
The dams are there, they are not serving the purpose, water is not there, and the community members are not really benefiting as the way the policy envisaged they will benefit for poverty reduction. We need it, and it must be done properly. And people who are found to have misappropriated the resources, a reason for which we are having dams of shame, as somebody said, must be made to face the law.
A survey conducted by the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, has revealed the dams constructed under government's flagship program, One Village, One Dam, are not serving the intended purpose. How much did the state spend on one dam?
And between 200 to 250,000 Ghana cedi per one.
In part 2 of Thirsty Dams, we hear from the Special Development Initiative.
So when the law get us ready, we gotta go.
Water to the northerner is like blood. When we have water, we can do a lot of things for ourselves.
And without it, unemployment, poverty, and famine. To escape, many young people travel down south for supposed greener pastures. The NPP government provided a solution: one village, one dam.
The then candidates and then the running mates visited a chief in one of these villages and met the women digging the ground with their bare hands for water. So when they saw that, they said, well, when we come to power, we will provide you with water that...
Dams. Thirsty dams. An irony if I ever heard one. And it's right here in Ghana. This is a problem that we have failed to solve for centuries. The ancient Egyptians figured out irrigation. The ancient Egyptians. I mean, I'm not even going to go for some ubruni so that you say that I'm comparing apples and oranges. Egypt. They solved the irrigation problem centuries ago, before Christ. But today in 2023, we can't irrigate the northern region. We can't. Meanwhile, a poorer country to our north, Burkina Faso, has figured it out and now they are selling their tomatoes to us. So you ask yourself, cui bono? Who benefits from the existence of this problem? We're going to have a conversation. We're going to talk to stakeholders. We're going to ask some questions and try and figure out who is keeping us in poverty. Why is it that we can't provide water for agriculture? Toddlers are producing AI in some parts of the world, and we can't produce water for farmers. We're not toddlers either. Our president is 70-something years old. Let's ask some questions when we come back from these messages.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. Enjoy 99.7 FM.
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park. On our arrival, we were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through an orientation on how best to enjoy the experience. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park. We saw zebras, sable antelopes, crown cranes, maras, silky chicken, emus, wallabies, deer, ponies, and so many animals. We watched the animals roam freely in their natural habitat, undisturbed by our presence. Our tour guide told us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing. Then we took a break to have lunch in the beauty of the open space. All of this fun and activities for a starting price of 250 cedis, and it's free for children below 6 years. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before our sunset dinner by the campfire. We've had a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait to visit again. Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature. Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana right here in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and 50% scholarships to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless opportunities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our October 2023 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us on +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Imagine say water wake up at dawn. E no buff, e no chop. When it vanish for your area for 2 weeks, you not get one drop safe inside your tank.
Hey.
Hajia, our life was in dangerous. Only our neighbor gets water with water tank.
Water tank?
Yes, water tank. Mamma mia, that water tank get meter for checking water level. That water tank be fine past Kumasi Selendion. That water tank be tough like Ghana Army. That water tank, they carry water pepe, so say some no go left inside the supply tank. What a tank! As my boss, Mr. Poncho, go talk.
Beautiful, durable, with water level indicator and accurate volume of water. Water tank. What a tank! By Duraplast.
If you get LPG, let me see your hand. Who I got?
Mr. Menu, I'm not happy with you, cry.
Oh, landlord, what is it?
Me, what is the problem? How can you allow your wife cook with charcoal and firewood? Don't you know smoke is harmful to your wife? Don't you have gas?
Oh, landlord, me, I've been using charcoal since.
You're not current at all. Now every Ghanaian uses gas because it's safe and convenient. Just one matchstick, and you're good to go. Food cooks faster and the taste is retained.
Hey, landlord, be that.
You think I'm joking, New rule, no gas, no accommodation. Even you just paid your rent, And my friend, come for your money and leave my house.
Hey, landlord, if you make a mistake and you give me this money, I'm not going to move. I'm going to buy gas.
Like you will see.
Don't be left out. LPG is safe and convenient. This campaign is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and supported by the Ministry of Energy and World Bank. Contact our toll-free number 080-012-300 for more information.
Now we go live in 3, 2, 1.
Airtel Tigo is now 80.
It's Airtel Tigo.
It's okay, Abna. Say Airtel, Airtel. Say Sadie. That you know simple cry. 80. Simple.
Tell your neighbor to tell a neighbor that your favorite telecommunication network, Airtel Tigo, is now 80. Simple. New name, but still provides you with affordable and reliable internet, clear calls, secure money services, and much more.
80. Life is simple.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations?
At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities from 1,500 cedis upwards, all you have to do is call, and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. What are you waiting for? Call Quick Credit today. 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Sharaba, Sharaba, Zola Sala Gebarina, Zola Sala Gebarina, Zola Sala Gebarina, Sharaba, 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 Zola Sala Gebarina, Zola Sala Gebarina.
You're welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. If you just joined us, you have missed Thirsty Dams, our hotline documentary produced by Jojo Kobna. And this Joy News documentary, honestly, it points at a problem that others solved thousands of years ago, at the very beginning of civilization, as man emerged from caves. One of the first problems we solved was how to provide water for farming. One of the first problems. The ancient Egyptians fixed this. But today in 2023, we can't provide irrigation for farmers in the north. Hundreds of thousands of people whose livelihoods depend on the ability to farm all year round are unable to do so because the dams that were promised them under the One Village, One Dam initiative are not fit for purpose, not serving any purpose, not holding any water, not providing any water all year round. So unless it rains, they can't farm. And guess what? It affects you and me. It's not only their livelihoods, it's our food. It's our food. So of course we have to start importing even more. Food becomes more expensive and there are shortages all around. We send our children to school under free SHS and they can't eat. We can't feed them. People have been contracted to provide them to provide food. We can't pay them. So just start thinking about it. This is a cascading problem, which is being caused by the failure to properly fulfill one promise, to provide one dam for every one village. We're going to be speaking to Dr. Charles Nyaba. He's the Executive Director of the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, as well as Mr. Bismarck Adongo Ayorogo. Now, these two gentlemen, Mr. Ayorogo is the Executive Director of the Northern Patriots in Research and Advocacy, NOPRA. These two gentlemen are going to tell us about the research they have done, independent of us, into the state of these dams. Okay, so you will get a clearer picture of the reality of the abysmal state of these dams in the northern part of this country. Dr. Nyaba and Mr. Ayorogo, good morning to you both.
Good morning. Good morning, Kojo.
Thank you so much for making the time. We're going to get into this conversation in just a few minutes. Stay with us. But first, did you know that your company, school, church, association, union, foundation, civil society organization, partnership, business name, and professional body can be sanctioned or actually stricken off the register for failure to file your annual returns or to renew your businesses? Don't be a victim. File your annual returns and renew your businesses to be in good standing with the Office of the Registrar of Companies. The fee for filing of annual returns is 90 Ghana cedis per year, with 600 Ghana cedis flat penalty rate when in default. Sole proprietorships should renew their business names by dialing the short code *222# and follow the prompt to make payment on the ghana.gov.gh payment platform at a fee of 60 Ghana cedis per year. The renewal of a partnership is 90 cedis. Professional bodies are to renew each professional member of their professional body at a fee of 30 Ghana cedis annually. So listen, call them on 0302 666 081 or 055 765 3130. You can WhatsApp or Telegram that second number as well. Or let's get interactive on social media at ORC Ghana. You can visit them on orc.gov.gh or rgd.gov.gh. ORC, here to serve. All right, Safari Valley Eco Park. That's where I celebrated my birthday. Fantastic place, Jojo. Fantastic place. Safari Valley Eco Park introduces the Safari Wildlife Experience. It creates an environment that fosters... Hey, what's wrong with you people? What's the matter with you people? Sammy or Dabi and... Hey, I'm very surprised at you people. Behave yourselves, okay? Okay, Safari Valley Eco Park introduces the Safari Wildlife Experience, okay? So they are creating an environment that fosters the harmonious cohabitation of forest, water, humans, and wildlife like zebra, sable antelope, llama, wallaby, fallow deer, the Patagonian mara. These are rodents, by the way. They are beautiful rodents. Beautiful. Patagonian mara and many others. So you can look, anyone can come and experience these majestic creatures, and all it'll cost you is about 250 Ghana cedis starting price, and it's free for children who are 6 years or younger. All right, only an hour's drive from Accra, and they are open from 6 a.m. every day until 8 p.m. You need to check out Safari Valley Eco Park. Okay, go with your friends, with your family. Just drive there 1 hour. Here, it's like driving from here to. No, please, Kaswa is 6 hours. It's like, driving from here to, I don't know, Malam. It's not far. It's not far. Go and enjoy the thrill of a lifetime. For more information, go to safarivalleyresort.com. I'll be telling you more about Safari Valley as the days go by. Don't you worry. Check out Safari Valley on Instagram or call 059 691 4394. Okay, one more before. Samuel Dami, what's the hey, behave. Okay. These people, they have been living without discipline for some time. All right, let me tell you about the McBerry Twist Cupcake. Oh, the name sounds delicious. Introducing the new super delicious and yummy McBerry Twist Cupcake. The McBerry Twist Cupcakes are baked with natural ingredients, and they come in 2 flavors, vanilla or chocolate. They taste as good as they look. The best part is that they are affordable. So listen, hurry up, get yourself a whole pack for your family. McBerry Twist Cupcake is healthy. It comes in handy as a portable snack for your kids to eat and share with friends at school. Indulge in the deliciously baked and irresistible taste of McBerry Twist Cupcake and enjoy the goodness in every bite. It's available in every supermarket and provision shop near you. McBerry Twist Cupcake, simply irresistible. This advert is FDA approved. All right, let's get into it. We've all heard the documentary, Thirsty Dams. It's a Joy News Hotline documentary pointing to the state of the dams provided under the One Village, One Dam initiative that was advertised before the NPP government won power in 2016. Of course, since 2017 to date, they have provided some dams, but are they doing the job? Are they actually providing irrigation options for farmers in the northern part of the country? Dr. Charles Nyaba is the Executive Director of the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, and Mr. Bismarck Adongo Ayorogo is Executive Director of the Northern Patriots in Research and Advocacy, NOPRA. All right, if you don't mind, I'll start with you, Dr. Nyaba. You lead a team of people who are supposed to be the beneficiaries of these dams in the northern parts of the country. We've heard about what's happening in Bungo, in Kasina-Nankana West, and in Talensi. Dr. Nyaba, what is the experience of peasant farmers? Have you been benefiting from the One Village, One Dam initiative?
Kojo, thank you so much. I think we have a special interest in the One Village, One Dam, because just like you said, we are the primary beneficiaries of these dams. So from the onset, we supported the NPP government during the campaign in 2016 when they came out with the idea of One Village, One Dam. We did that because we've realized that because of climate change in recent times, after the May season harvest, most of our members will have to travel down south to look for jobs. And due to urbanization, there is scarcity of land. So they come there and the jobs they are looking for, they are not getting. Even those who get are not decent jobs. So with the One Village, One Dam, we're hoping that at least we'll be able to farm after the main season. There will be water available for dry season farming. But after we made a follow-up, after the first year of construction, we realized that most of the dams didn't meet our expectations. The initial promise was that every district was going to get 10 dams, so it means 10 villages will get some dams. When we made a follow-up, most of the districts got up to 7 dams, others got up to 6, others 5 dams. But in most occasions, those dams were not usable. In cases where those dams were usable, were the existing dams that were desilted and added as part of the One Village, One Dam project. And the main cause of these problems were just using people without expertise to do the construction. Ordinary people were given contracts to do the construction. So those were our major problems. But the concept itself, we fully support the concept, but we were disappointed after the construction.
So if I'm understanding your findings, you're saying that, first of all, they didn't hit the target of 10 dams per district. But secondly, the 6, 7, 5 dams that they provided, the only ones that seem to be working are the old dams that they desilted and somehow added to the number of dams that they've provided. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are right. You are right, because the promise was to do 560 dams. And if you heard from the then Minister of Special Initiative, Howard Kumson, he did indicate that they were able to do 426 dams. And CASL admitted at the time that they were not able to construct any meaningful dams because the money that was allocated for each dam was not enough. And that is our worry, because from the onset, we did indicate that dam construction costs a lot. So if you can't do dams for every village, and it's not every village that can even contain a dam, why don't you put the money together and do one meaningful dam in a district? So that the following year budget, you put another one dam. When you go to most of the districts, like you go to Dawonia, you go to Pong, you go to Tono area, there are few dams that were constructed during Achampong regime, and today, farmers are still benefiting from those dams. So you decided to split these dams that you are giving dams to every village. In the first place, you couldn't meet your target. Secondly, the dams you constructed are not also being used for the purpose for which they were constructed. So it means there's no value for money for what happened. And we are still pushing that we shouldn't let that project die. If there's any opportunity to revive them, to put in money, to go in a reconstruction of those dams that can be reconstructed, we need to do that because we still need the dams.
Dr. Nyaba, stay with us. I'm going to get your impression of how this is affecting the ability of peasant farmers to actually produce, the real impact of a lack of irrigation on the work of these farmers in that part of the country. We'll come back to you for that. But you talked about value for money. So let me bring in Mr. Bismarck Ayorogo, because I'm very interested in the money aspect. You've done your own research into this. How much did government spend on these dams? And how effective has that spending been? Have we got value for money for this initiative?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Once again, good morning to you and the good people of Ghana who are listening to us. And my big brother, Doc. It has been long. I've not seen him. To a question. Before I respond to the question, I think it is important that we all get the background right. This One Village, One Dam is under a bigger flagship program of the government of the day called Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication, for short IPEP. And if you read the IPEP policy, you will realize that government intended in that policy document to construct or provide agricultural infrastructure for productivity through construction of 2,000 irrigation dams. 570 of them were to be constructed in northern Ghana. Now, if you look at each of the policy statements, the budget statement and economic policies of the government, right away from 2017 to date, government has categorically mentioned in each of them that one village, one dam was to increase agricultural productivity, was to improve food security, to generate jobs for the teeming unemployed young people, particularly from northern Ghana, and to reduce out migration from the north to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it will interest you to note that the people of Ghana, through our able representatives in Parliament, passed a law called the Petroleum Revenue Management Act. And there's a component of that act that talks about annual budget funding amount. Yeah. And if you read the objectives of the annual budget funding amount, it is to support the budget for programs and projects that will be able to maximize economic development and address regional inequalities. My interest is in regional inequalities. If you look at inequalities in this country, let's take poverty for instance. And even if we're using poverty, let's take poverty in terms of multidimensional poverty, in terms of monetary poverty. Both are on the high side in northern Ghana.
Yeah.
So if you have a brilliant policy like one village, one dam under IPEP, Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication, and you are constructing dams, and let me remind all of us that research has shown, and this is established in a comprehensive development blueprint for northern Ghana called SADA Master Plan, where it is stated there clearly that all existing dams in northern Ghana only aggregate 1% of the total agricultural land available in northern Ghana. And we are talking about over 8 million hectares of land. So if existing irrigation facilities or dams in the north, before they come into power of this government, only irrigated 1%, and you have a government that appear to have diagnosed the problem properly, saying that every farming community or every community or village will have a dam, you have every reason to be so excited and they are applauding the government. So that motivated some of us to show keen interest watching every peso that is spent on this money without blinking. So now to your question. We have done two things. Public expenditure tracking of 285 dams in northern Ghana. When I talk of northern Ghana, I mean northern region, northeast, upper west, upper east. And in these regions, we went to the districts, and in the districts we're guided by a formula where that district has the highest poverty rate in the region. And if you look at northern region, we have Pandai having the highest poverty rate, over 70%. In upper west, we have poverty rate over, in the wild west, 92%. And I'm picking these figures from the Ghana Poverty Mapping Report 2015. So poverty is more pronounced in these areas. And if you look at the population in agriculture, over 70% of the people in these areas are into agriculture. So one village, one dam was really something that was going to really accelerate socio-economic transformation of these people if they were really functioning as other dams that were constructed before the coming into force of this particular policy under this government. So how much did they spend? We've been seeing Joy telling the world, quoting the minister, the then minister of Special Development Initiative, that between 230,000 and 250,000. I am telling you today, and the good people of this country, that is not true. Government spent in excess of 700,000 Ghana cedis on some dams. The documents are there.
Wait. Say that again. Say that again, please.
Hello?
Say that again, please.
Government spent in excess of 700,000 Ghana cedis on some dams. And the average, as I said, we tracked 285 dams in northern Ghana. And the average we came up was 670,000 per dam. So if government is deceiving or misleading the good people of this country that they spend between 230,000 and 250,000, that is not true. That is unacceptable. Government needs to be honest with the people of this country, particularly the poor and vulnerable groups who were very excited and because they were going to benefit from the One Village, One Dam project to improve their livelihoods. So that is, and the figures are there.
So let me ask you, Mr. Ayorogo. Let me ask you. So since they obviously spent about 2-3 times how much they were supposed to spend on each dam, did they build dams that are 2-3 times better?
That is why I'm not telling you. I said we did it two components. One is to follow the money, the expenditure tracking. Now the second was to do focus group discussions in the communities, and we chose dams that had 100% completion status.
Right.
And the documents were sourced from the same authority and then secretariat or the Special Development Secretariat. We went to the communities, engaged with communities, went to the dam site to see things for ourselves. And I can tell you that of all the dams that we visited, they were completely dried up. Community members were furious. I think that if Northern Development Authority, the Special Development Secretariat in the presidency there, if they make a mistake and get back to those communities and they don't measure their words, what they will face is something that is unimaginable. Because people are disappointed, people are disgruntled, people are frustrated, and people are bitter. So there is nothing. We went there, not even a single vegetable crop around that area. Look, let me tell you that in a community called Bilimbisi in Bursa South District, we found something interesting. A sun-winning pit. A place that a contractor somewhere just went and dug and collected the soil to go and then do his road construction. At the time of the visit, that was 7th March 2023, there was rather enough water there for the animals to drink. But the over 600,000 Ghana cedis sank on the One Village, One Dam was completely dried up. Myself, the assemblyman, and community members walked to the middle of the dam, dried dam, and took pictures, and I have them. So it is a complete waste.
What's the name of that community again?
If you read the IPA policy, the infrastructure for poverty eradication document, it says their core values is transparency, value for money. These are just words of jokers. No, even to rely on the right to information, to write to these people to voluntarily and officially release information, they will not. But you know, in every society, no matter how rotten that community or that society is, there are 2 or 3 people that will not be happy with what is happening. So we've got this documentary evidence that proves that, look, these people, or these policymakers, they just believe in singing songs. They don't demonstrate practical commitment to the use of the Guinean taxpayers' money and the resources of this country for improved livelihoods of the people who they rode their backs to power.
Mr. Ayorogo, what's the name of this community where the sun-winning pit had more water?
I said Belimbisi in Fumbisi in Bursa South of the Upper East region.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. I want to bring in Dr. Nyaba because your members are the ones waiting for this water, and there is none. So what has been the impact of this on their economic activity as farmers in these northern parts of the country?
Yeah, so if you observe, you realize that price of vegetables this year compared to previous years has actually escalated. If you look at the recent Ghana Statistical Service survey on inflation for last month, this is because even some of the lands, when we made our visit, actually our research focused on only Upper East. In most of the communities that we went, the farmers were rather complaining that their land, their farm lands that they used to cultivate were actually used to create, they call it a dugout, which is of no use. They lost their economic trees like shea nut and other trees that they could not actually use the place to farm any longer. So their expectation that they were going to now be doing the dry season farming, they abandoned their boreholes and other areas that they used to go and farm, hoping that they were going to use this dam, never materialized. So most of them this year actually didn't do anything. So it has rather impacted negatively on their previous activities that they used to do compared to when the dams came to be. And I want to agree with Bismarck that today, when you go to most of the dam sites, the places that they created and set are dams, you see farmers actually planting rice in the middle of where they claim are dams. Along the line, we got a different explanation that the dams were going to be used for domestic purpose and for livestock to drink in. In the month of January, February, we went to most of these places and all those dams were also dried up.
Wow.
So it means that the dams have not even served the purpose of providing water for the livestock, neither are they serving the purpose of using them for the domestic purposes.
Right.
So for us, we think farmers were deceived. We were all made to believe that access to water for dry season farming was going to be a thing of the past, which we bought in and then voted NPP into power. But when it came to the implementation, we realized that all what they promised us never worked. During our engagement, we were further promised that those dams that were not properly constructed and those that were incomplete were going to be completed. We have been following the budget since. And since 2019 to date, there hasn't been any money allocated for reconstruction of those dams. Must say,
Dr. Nyaba and Mr. Adongo Ayorogo, I've got to apologize because I think we're going to have to resume our conversation after part 2 of this documentary is aired. Jojo Kobna is here with us. When are we airing it and what can we expect?
Exactly next week, Monday, we are airing the second part of it. And Bismarck actually took the wind out of my sail in the second part when he was talking about the cost, because the second part will be going into the cost of the dam. I mean, the minister saying that they spent between 230,000 to 250. We actually go and find out how much government really spent. In the second part, we also hear from the Special Development Initiative. We hear from the coordinator. We have given them letters and they have responded positively. And so we are going to hear from them, and then we're going to hear from more farmers. And then one part of the documentary of the second part is waiting for rain, how people were just sitting down waiting patiently for rain so that they can farm. And this is not what we intended with this particular policy, so that we can farm all year round. Not will be
not after spending 670,000 cedis each on dry dams,
and one actually 800,000. One of the dams.
My goodness, Jojo, thank you. Fantastic work as always, and we will be delving into the second part of this next week, Monday. Thank you to Dr. Charles Nyaba and Mr. Bismarck Adongo Ayorogo, who we will be hearing more from when we air the second part of this documentary. All right, now, well, the Adansi at 10 vibe is everywhere, so come and have fun with the host of Drive Time on Joy FM, Lexus Bill, this August. Come and dance your way into the summer holidays with the best of Southern Africa, breathtaking trip from Adansi Travels. It's 10 beautiful days of fun, nature and adventure in South Africa, Zimbabwe and Zambia. You can enjoy 3 nights at a 4-star hotel in Johannesburg, 3 nights at another 4-star hotel in Cape Town, 3 nights at Victoria Falls, a tour of Victoria Falls with a guide, sunset cruise on Zambezi River, a day trip to Livingstone in Zambia. You get tours of Joburg and Cape Town, as well as guided shopping in South Africa. And the rate is a cool $3,300 per person and $6,500 for a couple. It covers all of the flights, hotels, and daily breakfasts. Get your vibe on and join this Adansilicious tour from the 31st of August until the 10th of September 2023. Go to adansitravels.com or call 059 5500817. You can also try 055 6310404 to book your spot. And don't forget, Kingdom storeonline.com is where you can buy whatever you want from Kingdom Books and Stationery, pay via Momo across all networks, and get free delivery in Accra and Tema. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. All right, then, when we come back, we'll be talking with some of our friends from Adansi. They'll be joining us to tell us all about the great and amazing packages ahead of us. Stay with us.
Hip, hip, hip! Hooray! It's the Junction Mall heydays. Are you looking for the latest gadgets, home decor and appliances, fashionable clothing, or the most appetizing food to enjoy? Join us at the Junction Mall heydays to explore, shop, and enjoy with family and friends from the 17th to the 31st of July, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day, and shop with up to 70% discounts. There'll be lots of fun for the kids, including face painting, boat rides, bumper cars, and a picture with their favorite cartoon characters. The Junction Mall heydays. It's gonna be big. Follow us at the Junction Mall GH on Facebook and Instagram, or call or WhatsApp us on 0540-221774 for more information. The Junction Mall. Join, explore, shop, enjoy.
This is the biggest and the most exciting culinary show in Ghana. 6 tertiary schools presents 3 budding chefs each to battle it out here in the kitchen, knife to knife. It's time to find the toughest, smartest, and the most creative team. Which school will win the ultimate prize and earn the bragging rights as Ghana's tertiary school with the best chefs? Join me, Michelle Adeku, and the judges as we discover the best team who will serve the most amazing cuisines. This is Big Chef Tertiary. Big Chef Tertiary. The kitchen has no boundary.
Hits 103.9 FM, the official mouthpiece of tertiary institutions, brings you the Hits Tertiary Show. Friday, 21st July 2023. The Hits Tertiary Show stops at the Ghana Communications Technology University in Tesano. Join us as we interact, socialize, and have fun live on Hits 103.9 FM. There'll be loads of fun and entertainment as we deliberate on issues bothering students live on radio. Which tertiary institution do you represent? Watch out for the Hits Tertiary at a campus near you. For enquiries, call 0540-106-467 or 0559-691-797. Go ahead and follow us on social media platforms with the hashtag Hits Tertiary. Hits Tertiary is brought to you by Hits 103.9 FM and partnered by Ghana Communications Technology University, sponsored by Access Bank. More than banking. Unidus Long Love Condoms. Certain moments should last longer. Niche Confectionery. A taste of Ghana.
Thank you for trusting GN Life. We are committed to building back because we still believe every life matters. For reinstatement of your policies, information on our Smart Child policy, our passage plan policy, our lifeguard policy, as well as claim-related issues, please call us on 0503 736 801 0503 736 801. GN Life. Still, every life matters.
Despite swearing never to return to the International Monetary Fund after the 16th program for a bailout, Ghana went back to the fund for a 17th program. The effects, a painful debt restructuring and aggressive tax reforms, have brought untold hardship to businesses and consumers. This edition of the Joy Business Thought Leadership Series will seek to examine the impact of Ghana's 17th IMF program and government's policy initiatives to revive the economy in the mid-year budget review. Speakers, Professor Godfred Bokwin, economist and professor of finance at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Humphrey Ayimdake, President AGI, Dr. Joseph Obin, President GUTA, Mark Bedu Abwaji, CEO, GNCCI, Yao Apialate, Partner, Financial Advisory, Deloitte Ghana, Edward Karaway, General Secretary, General Agricultural Workers Union, and Noong Falong, CEO of Etheria. Date 18th July 2023, time 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The program will be live on the Joy News channel and Joy FM and all Joy Business social media handles. The Joy Thought Leadership Series is powered by Joy Business with support from Joy FM and Joy News.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
So, you people. So, as I just went away for some small 5 weeks now, you people have planned trips and shared them among yourselves. Okay. Yeah. Friends from Adansi are here. And this is their 10th anniversary, dear Charlie. They are doing things with it. They are doing plenty things with it. They plan all kinds of trips without me, but we'll deal with them later. Anyway, as the whole country is getting excited about their Adansi 10th anniversary, we thought we'd bring them in to tell us again where exactly they are going, who they are going with, and how we can be a part of it. So, of course, our favorite people from Adansi are here. Gideon Asari is the managing director, and our very own Doreen Ando, whose name I've seen on the list of talkatives, is here with us as well. It's good to see you both. Good morning.
Good morning. And today I have punishment. My punishment is that I'm going to Nairobi, Kenya.
That's your punishment for being a talkative. Okay. Hey, Gideon, rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
This one, they are family. Anyway. As usual, Adansi is doing it together with us here at Joy FM on their 10th anniversary. Gideon, why don't you tell us what trips have you got lined up for this anniversary?
Do you have time for that?
That's many. Wow.
Yeah, so we have many. We have like 26 trips
Goodness
lined up. Fortunately, some of them are sold out, so I don't need to talk about them.
Okay.
So we just stress on the few ones that are available. Mm-hmm. So we have the Nairobi, Dubai, which is one of the flagship trips we do.
Yeah.
And then the charter flight, which is sold out already. And we have the Morocco and Cote d'Ivoire, a very nice combination. And we have also the South Africa and Zimbabwe, Zambia. And now that trip I get excited when I start talking about it because I was there to do the recce some few days back, and when I got to Victoria Falls, and I realized that nature can be so beautiful. The falls is amazing. It's not something I need to talk about. It's something you need to go and see. You understand? So when you go there, get close to it, and you see how the falls hit the ground, tend to rain and splash on you, and then the rainbow on the. Seeing that is enough. Wow! You can just see and come home. Wow. And that will take you for a year.
Your money.
Yes.
Wow.
So we have and then we have a cruise also to the Asia. It's very amazing. You get to Singapore, and then you sit. You join a cruise. It's a 2-night cruise to Malaysia. So it takes you to Malaysia. You do your shopping and everything, and come back to Singapore. Then we fly you out to Bali. Wow. And spend 3 amazing nights in Bali, and come back, and then spend the rest of your days in Singapore and fly back. So this is called the Asia Cruise and Land Tour. And yes, so all this amazing, and of course Kigali, Dubai is also available. Wow. So these are the amazing trips that we have.
Hey, you people.
No, we are 10, so we have to do it big.
My goodness.
Rules are rules.
Rules are rules. I don't know how you do it though, honestly. Now you've mentioned the Nairobi and Dubai trip, and Asimesi sitting to my right is going on that trip.
I see you so green with envy.
Doreen, you have no idea.
Leave no be retirement.
Oh,
deco.
We'll talk more about this, Doreen. But listen, tell us, how have people responded to these trips that you've got planned?
Yes, it's been great. Joy FM and Adanse, when you combine and we go out there, the message is very powerful, and we've been doing it consistently for 10 years. So people have now seen believe in the system, and there are so many testimonies about how good and fulfilling our trips are. So the response has been great, and we also thank the airline partners who have been extending some more seats to ensure as many as people who are interested to join. So when things get sold out, some of them get sold, we still manage to get some seats for your listeners to come on board.
That's really helpful. Now, Doreen, I know that one of the special parts of traveling with Adanse is that they form these WhatsApp groups, before the trip, and then people, as people join, they are put on the group, and they all meet you, and you all start chatting, and so tell me how people are, how excited are people getting about
so
this
so
Dubai?
The thing is, it's funny. Usually they will set up the platforms maybe a week before the trip, so they haven't set it up yet. But what I did was I put all the information on my status and also on my IG, and I realized people were texting. Or somebody said she wanted to go with her daughter. Somebody said it was a graduation prize she wanted to give to her child, and they were asking questions about sharing. And then also people who had been to Kenya before were also saying, "Oh, Doreen, when you go to this place."
Recommendations.
They were just giving me a tall list of places to go to, sort of, kind of. And I thought it was exciting. So I've taken my pen and my paper, and I'm jotting down all the points. And so I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I am actually looking forward to the people I am traveling with, because they are the ones who make the trip.
That's the best part.
I'm telling you. We're still in touch from the Triple Delight Tour we had in 2017. We still have that platform. We said we weren't going to break it down. We still chat, and people on that platform are still talking about coming onto this Kenya
Euro Tour platform.
Dubai.